You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
We finally made it to the 2025 NFL draft. It has been a day full of rumors, but no trades. But that doesn't mean none will be coming up over the next, 3 to 4 hours. Delving into every single pick in the NFL draft and also the Miami Dolphins draft is, you know what? I'm not going to say who it is. Charlie, tell everyone what time it is.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. As always, for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. Kadeem, I almost said my name was like a different name because I'm watching the draft. And I was like, my name's Clay Matthews. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I just had the best bowl of Captain Crunch cereal, bro.
How old are you?
Bro, I didn't know cereal had an age limit, Kadeem.
It doesn't, but Captain Crunch, I feel like it's very, I don't say childish, but like, I don't know how many adults are eating Captain Crunch cereal. I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on. So, depending on the cereal makes it childish.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, we all have, childish sides, and one way to express that could be through cereal. Another one could be through playing video games.
So, what about Lucky Charms?
That falls under childish as well.
Nah, bro, you acting, bro. You acting. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid then, if that's the case, bro.
That's fine. Thank you for everyone who's joining us over on YouTube, join us over on Twitter as well. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. This is going to be a very long stream. So, yeah, join us in the chat. Let us know if you think cereals like Captain Crunch, Lucky Charms are childish. Shout out to Jason Keck. He says, first, hey guys, how are you? And shout out to Rob all the way from the UK where I am based. Says, sup, always draft time, baby. If you are new here, you can tell from the accent, I am not from Miami. I am not from the States. I am from London. I have a feeling that because it's going to be a long draft, we might get some new listeners. So if you are new listening over here, subscribe to the channel, leave a 5-star review, all the good stuff. And if you're old and you've just seen us about on social media and you haven't already, then subscribe to the channel and also leave a 5-star review where possible. Thank you very much.
So Kadeem is from London, but I am born and raised in Miami, Florida, and I don't do nothing but bleed awkward and orange, Kadeem. So let us know in the chat what y'all want to do with this draft. Who do you want to select? Which direction do you want to go? If you listen to the Go Time Dolphins podcast, you know I want to take 4 O-linemen in this draft. I don't care how you do it or when you do it, but I need 4 of them, preferably 2 in the early rounds. Am I tripping, Kadeem?
What do you consider early rounds?
Today or tomorrow?
Then I think you're tripping, but not in a bad way.
So 2 O-linemen today, in the first 3 rounds is tripping.
Yes, I think it's one of those things. For me personally, I don't think it matters where you pick the guys. It's the right guys. So, say the Dolphins go Seth McLaughlin, Johnny Cornelius, Jackson Slater, and someone else, but they're all taken from the 4th round and beyond. would you be angry with that? Because those are guys who I would imagine you'll be very happy with us taking.
I will be very happy with all 4 of them. However, I want something more solidified. Now, all of those boys are nice. They really nice, and I can see them starting on my team. But something more surefire, something more what they call shoe-in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that those are cool. Those are my dogs. You can't put, bro. That was. Well, I feel like you trying to throw curveballs, trick questions. Like, yo, hey, we need answers. We need answers. Is Captain Crunch a childish cereal for an adult to eat or nah? Because I need to know this answer for real.
No, so it's not on that. I'm not trying to trip you up. It's more, and shout out to Manolo as well. There are so many people on social media who are like, the first pick in the first round pick has to be your defensive tackle. The second round pick had, like, to me, just go best player available. If best player on the board is a corner or an offensive lineman, then go there. So when you say or when you said you need 2 offensive linemen early, I'm like, see how the board falls, because if you start reaching for guys, I think that's kind of get the problem the Dolphins have done for quite a while.
I disagree. I don't think we're going to have to reach. I think there are going to be multiple players available, and we're going to be able to pick, like basically pick and pivot when we have to. So you said best available. What if DN? What if edge is best available? You trying to quadruple down on edge? We got Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips and Chop Robinson. Like, so we just gonna quadruple down on best available on edge.
The only guy under contract next year is Chop. So the season after the one coming is Chop Robinson. I think there is a valid argument to be made that, hey, you don't know what Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips you're going to get in 2025. So if you go edge rusher, it wouldn't be my preferred pick, but I can at least see the logic. I think if you go edge rusher, that's one of those picks where social media is going to be outside Hard Rock Stadium with pitchforks and flames demanding Chris Greer's job. But I also think they're going to do that regardless of who it is. So you kind of don't have much choice there.
Hey, let's get to some of the stuff that's coming out on social media right now with Coach McDaniel, and may have lost the locker room and rubbed some people the wrong way. But Teron Armstead, former Miami Dolphins, said, I don't think he was rubbing anybody. Like, now I wish he would have cleared it up a little bit more, Teron. You know what I'm saying? But what do you make of this, Kadeem?
I think it's people putting 2 and 2 together and getting 15. Like, yeah, you kind of mentioned, and others have mentioned as well, that the Dolphins have lost a lot of veteran players and a lot of captains as well. And I don't think it's that far fetched to go, well, these guys are leaving because they don't get on with coach and all that kind of stuff. I think each person who has left, you can look at and go, has nothing to do with them falling out with coach. It's more to do with the Dolphins either decided to go in a different way, that person legitimately retiring because they can't play no more, or just someone wanting, a different challenge in the last season. So I think we heard quite early on last season that coach had lost the locker room, and then the Dolphins went on a massive win streak, and it didn't look like the players weren't playing for the coach. So I can imagine the same person who said that coach lost the locker room has probably said that coach has lost some of the veterans in the locker room. I don't see much in it personally, but the only way to kind of quiet those rumors are to go out there and put a winning product on the field.
So what do you make of the retweet or the tweet that Teron Armstead responded with?
Just a little light-hearted banter. It's for those who don't see it, yeah, or those who haven't seen it, the rumor is, or the news is that coach has been rubbing veterans the wrong way, and yeah, Armstead was like, coach should be rubbing anyone, trying to a little locker room banner, I guess, and yeah, I think that's Armstead's way of defending coach, but also keeping it lighthearted. Especially when Armstead tweeted, "What should the Dolphins do at 13?" And someone asked that question. It's like, yo, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to, get a nice, healthy conversation going. Miss me with your division talk in the locker room.
What? Hey, I thought Kadeem was gonna drop a Jeezy line. Miss me with that rap. Yeah,
Nah.
hey.
Apologies.
I thought you were gonna drop a Jeezy line for us, Kadeem.
Nah. What do you make of the Armstead / rumors that coach lost veteran players?
So Cam Ward goes first overall to Tennessee, the Tennessee Titans. I'm on record, Kadeem. Miami, Florida, born and raised. Watch Cam Ward play for my team, the Miami Hurricanes. I got my Hurricane memorabilia around here. Don't want to bring it up for the camera right now. I'm on record saying Cam Ward is dope. He's a dope athlete. He's a dope quarterback. He'll get out. He'll take the hits, get out the pocket. Like his comp is Ben Roethlisberger, but at the same time, I think he's going to get that check, bro. And we're not going to see the Cam Ward that we want to see. Well, Tennessee ain't going to get the Cam Ward that they want to see. In my opinion, I don't like it. If I'm being honest with you. And I was just looking at the Tennessee Titans draft room. I don't like it, bro. I don't like it.
So Rob says, as a Miami U fan, start of last season, no idea he'd become a #1 pick. But earlier he said, so Titans are going to run out the full 10 minutes. Charlie, what do you make of this? Teams having the #1 pick, knowing damn well who they're going to pick from months ago, but the draft starts and they take the full 10 minutes. What do you make of that?
I'm here for it. I ain't gonna lie, because maybe there's a team with a dysfunctional front office that says, "Yo, this is we said we're gonna do it on the clock. We said we'll make the move on the clock," and then who knows? Let it ride out. Because if you really wanted this player, we wouldn't wait 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? If this was really your pick, we would not wait 10 minutes. Well, anything could happen. Let's see. Let's go see what happens. But I remember once upon a time, this was like 20 minutes, like a pick, 15 minutes a pick. So,
Charlie,
what happened?
So, I'm watching on Bleak.
Yeah, we got a trade. Jacksonville traded up to 2. Who is this going to be, Kadeem?
It sounds like it's going to be Travis Hunter. So, Rap Sheet says the Browns received the 5th overall pick, the 36th overall pick, 4th overall pick, and a 2026 first round pick. And then Jaguars received the 2nd overall pick, a 4th round pick, and a 6th round pick. So again, that's 5th overall, 36th overall, 126th overall, and a first round pick next year. And the Jags get the 2nd overall pick, 104th overall pick, and 200th overall pick. It's interesting because there was a lot of rumors during the week that the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to take Ashton Genty at pick number 5, but it seems they've jumped that and they're going to go Travis Hunter. What do you make of the a trade so early on? I guess
1 down, 6 to go. I got the over. No, I'm playing. Nah, man, listen, Jacksonville is dysfunctional. Holla at me in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I would have did this if I'm Jacksonville, but we not Jacksonville, so this doesn't matter to me, not even a little bit. Who's 2? The Browns?
Listen, the Browns could very easily have a top 5 pick again next year. And if you're Jacksonville, having 2 first round picks might be handy if you don't like the guy slinging the rock. And you want to go and get someone better next year.
So let's hold up. Let's be clear. The Browns traded up before the draft. They got a 5th round. They traded like 2, 6, and a 7 to get a 5th round pick. Now they have the 5th overall pick, additional 2nd, and an additional 4th, and an additional 1 in 2026 next season. Browns might be coming back up into the first round. And the Dolphins are sitting there at 13, like, hey, I'm for sale. 13 is for sale. You feel me? Maybe not the 13 jersey. Maybe the jersey number isn't for sale, number 13. But the Browns are coming back up in the first round.
Well, what I find interesting for me is Travis Hunter was probably going to go number 2 regardless. So he's gone to. I imagine that's going to be the pick, Travis Hunter. But Ashton Genty still could be in play for the 5th overall pick. I'm just thinking about guys who might be willing to trade up to 13 or teams, and for guys also. So Rob asked me, can I get a clock check on your stream/TV? Like I said, I'm watching Bleacher Report. I'm not watching the official NFL stream, which kind of then brings me to, we don't normally say picks before they come in. We kind of tend to let them go. Or do you want to let them go with what the official NFL guys go with? Because Bleacher Report tend to get them pretty early.
I remember you had got it wrong before, Kadeem, doing the Bleacher Report thing.
Who's like of? Okay, I'm not gonna say I haven't got it wrong, or Bleacher Report haven't got it wrong, which is likely to happen. Which is why it's probably best to just go with the official one. But then trade. I'll look on social media for trades and stuff like that. Obviously, the one I won't spoil will be the Dolphins pick. We want that. We want that fresh. Just looking at so it's looking at the story from Tony Pauline.
Shout out to the Florida Panthers. We got a game tonight. Back to back, repeat. We trying to repeat.
Trying to double dip the chip.
Double dip the chip. You get it? Double dip the chip. Oh, we making that shirt if the Panthers win another championship. Hey, if the Panthers win a championship, Go Time Dolphins is putting this shirt together. Double dip the chip.
100%. Shout out to the person with that wager. And Rob, I hate how Twitter spoils the picks as well. I think it might have been Todd McShay who tweeted this year that he is not going to spoil picks this year. He's going to let it happen. But yeah, I would recommend. There's a tweet from Teron Armstead, which I didn't see. It was from 3 hours ago. So someone asked him, do we have guards on the team I don't know about? Teron Armstead's response. What do you think he said, Charlie?
He likes the guys in the locker room.
He named 2 specific players. Would you have any idea who do you think they could be? Or
I hope it wasn't Eichenberg.
Nah. He said Chasen Hines. And then he said Andrew Meyer is an excellent young center, maybe able to transition to guard too. Now, Andrew Meyer, for those who don't know, was an undrafted guy the Dolphins picked up last year, but didn't see the field. He made the game day squad a few times, but obviously, who's the Dolphins starting center? Name escapes me right now.
Andrew Brewer.
Thank you so much. Didn't miss a snap, didn't miss a game, so there was no need. But Teron Armstead saying Andrew Meyer is an excellent young center. Could be someone we see in preseason and then look to take over the job next year or the year after. Which could mean they don't go Seth McLaughlin. I would still go and do it anyway. If he's there in the 3rd or 4th round, but let's see how it goes. That is an awful, awful, awful graphic. Some people should not release their graphics on social media. Just saying. Listen,
Travis Hunter officially the 2nd overall pick in the draft to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's interesting. So Bleacher Report have their pro player comparison for Travis Hunter and Derek Stingley Jr. That's interesting. So we have loads of views over on Twitter. If you are watching on Twitter, drop us a comment. Let us know. Also, come on over to YouTube if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave a like, comment, all the good stuff. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. It would be amazing to get to 5,000 subs over the next 2 days. I think we are 120 away. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe over on YouTube. Can we get to 5,000 before the end of the draft?
Bro, I think they use him as a wide receiver more than a corner this year. Duval.
That is one of the worst. There's no swagger. There's no
Duval.
It just looks awkward. Charlie, Jalen Ramsey is posting stuff on Instagram. It is a picture of 4 oranges. But the first orange is like moldy, and the second one's starting to get moldy. The caption says, or the text on the image says, who you surround yourself with matters. If you surround yourself with people who are okay with mediocre, you too will start to be okay with it. Surround yourself with people who desire greatness.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Like,
Which
come on, man. We know what time it is.
It's Go Time Dolphins, Miami Dolphins podcast. So I think you're gonna go there.
Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond but across the world. I'm your boy Charlie Touche. Got my co-host Kadeem Simmons with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast. Yeah, if you thought Jalen Ramsey was gonna, maybe there's a chance we could keep him. Nah, bro. He's done deal, Don Cheeto. That's it. So yeah, sneak dissing. Maybe he not even sneak dissing. Maybe that's a complete shot. That's not even a sneak.
I need to go get a towel and put water down myself because I'm a child.
What? That's what you get for coming at me for my no Diddy for my Captain Crunch cereal.
Let me go wipe myself down in one of my child's towels or whatever.
I'm on. Kadeem wouldn't have got that reference anyway. Giants are on the clock. Number 3. How many more trades in the first round? You know what? We're gonna have a giveaway. Over, under. Let us know in the comments. Over, under. Everyone who comments will enter the giveaway. If you're subscribed to our Patreon, you're automatically entered in the giveaway. How many trades, over or under? 2.5 more trades in the first round. Kadeem don't even know we're having a giveaway. I gotta inform him. So over or under 2.5 more trades in the first round. Let us know in the comments, and if you pick it right, you enter the giveaway. Shout out to everyone on Patron. Y'all are automatically Patreon as our patrons. Y'all are automatically included in the giveaway. Kadeem, we having a giveaway. I forgot to tell you. It just happened just now. Over or under 2.5 more trades in the first round. Let us know in the comments. 2.5. The over under is 2.5. 2.5 more. 2.5 more trades. Let us know in the comments. We will get all of your comments notified so we can throw them in the giveaway.
So shout out to everyone in the comments. Rap Sheet tweeted, or Travis Hunter said that he had 0 conversations with the Jags since the combine. It's a fair play to the Jags for keeping that move under wraps and everyone thinking they're going to go Ashton Genty. It's going to be an interesting one. Yeah. So we have, let's get this up in real time. Yep. FA or FEQYD says under. JML says over. Rob is going to go under. So yeah, let us know. Shout out to Cap in the comments as well.
Over
JML,
under 2.5 more trades in the first round. Abdul Carter, with no hesitation, taken by the New York Giants. That'll be cool with him and Kayvon Thibodeau on the same line. They got to get after somebody in that division.
what was I gonna say? So far, do you think the draft has kind of gone the way we expected it to go?
Nah, I don't think so. Well, one can argue that it has, but I thought Abdul Carter being paired up with Myles Garrett would have been ideal for the Browns because the Browns just be browning. And if you could have Abdul Carter with Garrett, if you could add Abdul Carter with Garrett, then yeah, I got stuff coming in my phone. Like, hey, we on live right now. Let's see what happens. But you pair up Garrett with Abdul Carter, that could have got real interesting without having a real quarterback in Cleveland. So look at Roger Goodell trying to be all. I was gonna say something. I ain't gonna say it.
No worries. Make sure I've got nothing. Yep, seen that. Shout out to 5 Yard Lee. Shout out to the guests we're going to have over the next few days on Go Time Dolphins. Some familiar faces will be showing their face. Some familiar faces will be joining us over on Go Time Dolphins to talk draft. Also, that reminds me. Let me get up Charlie Wilson's big board. He sent it over. Shout out to Mr. Charlie Wilson. One of the potential guests coming on over the next few days. I'm sorry about that.
Kadeem, are the Miami Dolphins involved in any of these trades?
I hope so. I really hope so. Per Diana Rossini, the Browns are taking calls from teams interested in the number 5 pick. They're open to moving down again. Listen, to me,
I love it for the Browns. I love it for the Browns. When the Dolphins were picking, like we're up at in the top of the draft like that. Yeah, move back a couple times, acquire multiple second round picks, and I think that's everyone's desire. But that's what's up. I like it.
I agree as well. It's if you're the Browns and you are a bad team and you have no quarterback, then yeah, go and get more picks, go and get more players. And like I said, get as much capital as you can to move around to get better where possible. Let's shout out to the gracious Hannah Montana, still up. She should be sleeping. I know she got a child Milligan after. She says over. I can add that to the thing, but I'm trying to get.
Hannah Montana's automatically entered. She's a Patreon.
That she is. You're gonna do it, aren't you? You're gonna be difficult. Yep, I knew it'd be difficult. Thank you very much for that. So this is what Charlie Wilson's big board looks like. I thought that would get rid of it. It didn't. Wrong thing. This is your first time looking at it, Charlie Touche. What do you make of Charlie Wilson's big board?
You have to come back to me on this one. Well, I'm about to look at this. This is day 2 stuff right here. But everyone who could see it, check out Charlie Wilson. Shout out to Charlie Wilson, rocking with Go Time Dolphins. Not to be confused with Charlie Touche. But yeah, I'll get into Charlie Wilson's big board on day 2. We can have a field day with it.
What's interesting, he has no round 1 quarterback. So he has Cam Ward as a round 2 guy on his big board. 1 running back in Ashton Genty, 3 receivers in Travis Hunter, McMillan, and Emeka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka.
Thank you very much. No Matthew Golden in his round 1. 2 tight ends in Tyler Warren and Colton Loveland. 3 tackles in Armand Membu, Kelvin Banks Jr., and Josh Simmons. He has Will Campbell as a guard, Gray Zabel and Tyler Booker are 3 round 1 guard slash center. Sorry, 2 defensive tackles in Mason Graham and Walter Nolan. 6 edge rushers: Abdul Carter, Jalen Walker, Shamar Stewart, Mike Green, Donovan
Ezraku.
Thank you very much. And then James Pierce Jr.
Hey, hold on. Y'all see Kadeem try to get out of that Ezraku last name? Oh, I can't see it.
No, seriously, I was.
Yeah. No, it's all right, Kadeem. It's all right.
No, it's cool. Charlie ducked out the whole thing, saying, "Oh, we'll go for this later." I'm here giving you the information. I ain't ducking nothing. I've also got a bigger screen on my left. I should have looked at that. Jihad Campbell, linebacker, 2 corners in Will Johnson and Jade Barron. Will Johnson is going to be very interesting because apparently he is sliding down draft boards.
Bro, I promise Will Johnson walked out. He's at the draft. I promise it looked like he had a limp.
You reckon he's got the
Waddle
limp?
Jalen Waddle, like, hey, Jalen Waddle's limping. That was a big thing in his first season as a first offseason as a Miami Dolphin, and he didn't even play a game yet. Oh, Jalen Waddle has a limp, and he still limps. Like, that's just his walk.
I remember seeing him in London. The guy had a limp. And then two safeties, Malachi Starks and Nick Emanuori. So yeah, shout out to Charlie Wilson and the big board. We will be looking at that throughout the draft. J-Mo has a question for us. What poor franchise is so desperate as to take Shador Sanders? What do you think, Charlie?
Say that again.
Which poor franchise is so desperate to take Jason Shador Sanders?
You want to give Jason Sanders away that bad, Kadeem? This is a Dolphins podcast, and we do have an All-Pro and Jason Sanders on our team. You want to give him away like that?
No, with the tip of the tongue. I apologize.
I like Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh to take Shador, and I think they don't even have to trade for him. I think he makes it to 21. I would like Pittsburgh to get antsy and trade up to 13 though, and give us some picks. I want to walk away with some extra picks.
I agree. Shout out to
everyone on Twitter rocking with the live. We rock with y'all too. Shout out to everybody on YouTube rocking with the live. We rock with y'all. Shout out to everybody on Patreon. All of our patrons, on everyone on Patreon rocking with us. We rock with y'all already.
Interesting tweet from Omar Kelly. He says, everyone in the Dolphins organization walks on eggshells around Jalen Ramsey. That might be the number one problem, but Dolphins not about to force him to do SHIT, which is quite interesting. I think if
kind of feels like, hey, we're trying to move you. We would like to move you during the draft. We're not getting no suitors, and now Jalen Ramsey like, oh yeah, y'all can't move me. All right, and then now he's stinking up the joint. Will Campbell goes to, as no surprise, the New England Patriots. This is where he was slotted to go, going chalk on all the platforms where you could put a wager on. It was Will Campbell to the Patriots. Browns are back on the clock. Let's see if the Browns are trying to move something else again.
What was I going to say? Campbell, as Rob says, Campbell to the Patriots was expected. Chop Robinson v. Will Campbell. And I think it was, especially when Will Campbell had the arm measurement come out and everyone said he's going to play guard or predicted him to play guard. And apparently the Patriots were like, no, we see him as a tackle. So I expect him to be the starting left tackle to protect Drake May once the season starts. Jay Moss says we were never going to get these guys. And the chances of Campbell actually falling to 13 was going to be virtually impossible. So as expected, not happening.
Hey, if you had Ashton Genty falling out the top 5 or going top 5, if you had Ashton Genty going top 5, your ticket is in jeopardy right now.
So do you think would the Browns go? Is there any reason for the Browns to go after?
Yeah, they don't have a running back. That's a good enough reason, but I don't think they'll do it. It's a cold weather city. Maybe Omarion Hampton fits the Browns better with especially with who's the coach over there, bro? My dog
Kevin Stefanski, isn't it?
Stefanski. You know what I'm saying? He's more of, I don't want to say more of, but they just lost Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's not the same. Matter of fact, Nick Chubb is a perfect candidate for the Miami Dolphins. And we don't have that bigger back. He doesn't cost an arm and a leg anymore. He's kind of missing a leg nowadays, so we only have to pay for one arm and one leg.
I kind of want this pick to be Ashton Genty. Someone placed a wager plus 7,500 for the Browns to draft Ashton Genty.
Let's go Browns.
$25 wager brings back
$25.
Brings back $1,900. Like that's I'm hoping that is. I'm hoping the Browns go Ashton Genty.
Hey, do I know the person?
It is at Joe Robbie from the Dive Bar podcast.
Oh, okay. I thought it was somebody in our circle.
Nah. Yeah, Twitter is way ahead with the picks. I think Bleach Report just got the pick as well. I don't quite like the pick, if I'm honest. If it is this,
yo. Can I watch the draft?
Don't look at the comments then. Don't look at the comments. That's what I'm gonna say.
Can I watch the draft?
Of course, yeah, 100%. But yeah, this is the issue you get with social media and where you're watching the draft. People are gonna be, I guess, spoiling in the comments.
I thought they said they didn't want no spoilers.
They did, yeah. And Cap unfortunately said who the pick was. But he's also apologized. So yeah, let's see. I guess the comment is hopefully a no spoiler zone.
I mean, yeah, I guess y'all would have to ask the comments if they want spoilers. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily have to look at the comments. But Kadeem prefacing the pick, I can have Kadeem prefacing the pick before the pick comes.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. I will shut up. What do you make of talk beforehand, or as the day went on, that Gray Zabel is a lock for the Miami Dolphins at 13?
I thought they were listening to the Go Time Dolphin podcast. Like, yo, I thought I think we agree that if nothing else is there for us, like anything that we wanted at 13, I'm okay. We're okay with going Gray Zabel at 13. And you're going to hear people say it's a reach and this and that. And then our comeback is, does it matter if this person is a one helmet, 8-time Pro Bowler for the Miami Dolphins? No one's going to say you reached 7 spots too many for him. So I wouldn't mind if Gray Zabel was a Miami Dolphin. Interested to see what's on the board at 13 though. Yeah. Shout out to Mason Graham, the newest Cleveland Brown. I guess they felt like Abdul Carter, a couple round, like all the trade compensation they got for Abdul Carter basically, and plus Mason Graham, and that's how you get what the Cleveland Browns did.
Yeah. Mason Graham had been projected to the Dolphins quite a bit as well. So
and the fall out the top 10.
So that's someone who, I guess, Dolphins. If you're the Dolphins, we're hoping him to fall. Nah, didn't make out the top 10. So yeah, we'll see how that all pans out and stuff. But yeah, Gray Zabel, I've been saying for a few weeks, I have a feeling the pick would be Gray Zabel. And yeah, people that turn around and say, oh, there's no value there, so that you could have got him at, you could have traded back and all that kind of stuff. There's no guarantees that happens. There are a lot of mocks saying that he could be the pick at 18 for Seattle. Yeah, if if you think he is good enough to start day one and be your starting guard for the next 10 plus years, it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you take him at 13, 21, 20, it doesn't matter. If he's there, you take him. The value doesn't automatically get better. So, yeah, we'll see how what happened at pick 13. But yeah, Gray Zabel is seemingly a lock, quote unquote. Quote
To
unquote.
be real with you, Gray Zabel is the quintessential Chris Greer pick. Like a versatile O lineman. That's all the Dolphins want, a versatile O lineman. They don't want an O lineman that can just play one spot and that's it. So Gray Zabel actually fits the Miami Dolphins. And we talking like we already picked him, but
Yeah. No. The Raiders on the clock. Could this be
this is
Ashton
Ashton
Genty? Yeah.
Ashton Genty, right?
Interesting as well. JMR says,
Well, if you listen to everything else on social media, it's Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, sorry. JMR says, I did the 5-day free trial on Fubo so I could watch the draft and listen to you guys. I shared it with 2 bros so we could watch, but only 1 Dolphin fan. Appreciate you and every single person who is watching the draft with us, having us talk about it. It is greatly appreciated. You're going to hear us say this a lot. If you haven't already, leave a like, drop a comment on the video. If you're watching it after the fact, fair play to you. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are over 100 subscriptions away from 5,000. Can we get to 5,000 before the end of the draft?
Yeah, we would really love that. We appreciate y'all if y'all can make that happen. Kadeem,
no.
Hey, just in case there's any doubts about our fandom, can you play what happened on Go Time Dolphins when the Miami Dolphins selected Devon Achane?
Of course I can. Dolphins are on the clock.
Okay.
23 NFL Draft. The Miami Dolphins select Devon Achane.
Did the Dolphins go 2 for 2?
Yo!
Welcome back.
Never gets old.
Welcome back. Hey, that was Go Time Dolphins. Me and Kadeem, myself and Kadeem, watching the draft live when we drafted Devon Achane, and that was our reaction. Gotta love it.
100%. So I'm just, yeah, I probably should. I'm trying to stay on social media in case there's like any trades or anything like that, but also at the same time, yeah, as many people have said in the comments, social media with all the insiders and all that kind of stuff, picks are just lying. So is what it is. Just have to, pay attention, and once the Dolphins are in and around the clock, to not pay attention. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitter. Leave a comment. Let us know what you are thinking regarding the draft. And also, I didn't realize if you are watching on Twitter, you are actually watching us. It's not just listening. You can pull us up, No Diddy, on Twitter. So we greatly appreciate it. Leave a like if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitter or X, whatever you guys are calling it. And yeah, let's get the comments rolling. Let's make this an interactive podcast.
Ashton Genty to the Raiders. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This man's suit is pretty clean, bro. Like, I'm not really impressed much by suits, and I'm a suit dude. Although I haven't rocked the suit. Oh, I guess I did. I did rock the. You know what? Next Go Time Dolphins Awards, I'm cleaning up for the Go Time Dolphin Awards. Although I rocked the bow tie this year, rocked the vest last year, I'm gonna clean up even. I'm going above the top for the next go over the top, above and beyond for the next Go Time Dolphins Awards. But yeah, man, Ashton Genty, a Raider with a clean suit. With the
I guess the Mason Graham one is the only one most mocks wouldn't have had. Which is quite interesting. I feel like even though there wasn't much in terms of
got Haiti on the sleeve. Shout out to Ashton Genty. Go ahead.
no, sorry. Yeah, even though there was no one really knew what was happening. There were no trades coming up before. So it's Ashton Genty wearing Crocs with his suit.
I don't think so. Let's see.
I've seen the photo they just showed was Ashton Genty wearing Crocs with his suit, and
Hold
then you see it.
Nah, that must have been a shot where he was chilling, so he threw on Crocs. But nah, he has on some loafers with his suit.
Nah, you know what? Let me find it. Ashton Genty. Yeah, he. Also, why is the shower going? I should go and make sure everything is okay. I don't know why at this time the shower's going. That's crazy. Yeah, bedazzled Crocs. Let me share screen. Ashton Genty on X. Media assets. I'm here talking through the background. Can you see the Crocs, Charlie?
Yeah, I see the Crocs, but he's not wearing Crocs when he got dressed. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you said like he was chilling. Like this is the red carpet, quote unquote. That's not a place to be chilling wearing Crocs. Like,
I think this was a look. I'm gonna rock Crocs. I'm gonna be the only one to rock these Crocs with the suit. And then when it's game time, I'm gonna throw on the game shoes. That's what I think. That's what I think was going on.
I'll give you that. Bear me 2 seconds just to make sure everything's okay. Because, yeah, hold on. So,
dog had the Haiti on the suit. That was up. Look, you know what? Kadeem got to throw it on mute next time he walk away, bro. Like we got to hear everything that's going on in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Kadeem. We trying to host a live draft party on the tube. You feel me? And dog talking about all kind of stuff. Yeah, clean up. Shout out to JML. You know what I'm saying? Like, clean up a little bit. I clean up. You know what I'm saying? Show up, show out. JML, did you see me on the first Go Time Dolphins award? Did you see the suit? Had the vest, had the tie. I was pretty much in there. And then I had the fuchsia shirt with the pink bow tie. Yeah, I was in there on the last Go Time Dolphins award. Then you got to put us on mute. You got to mute it next time you walk away. You want to go talk in the background, champ. Please.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize the mic would be picked up. I apologize.
Who's on the clock, Kadeem? Thank you, JML. I appreciate you. How's that? Well, you got a hat. Oh, you got a jersey. You got the Miami Dolphins, the Dan Marino college jersey. So since JML is a previous winner, two-time Go Time Dolphins Go Time giveaway winner, JML, tell everybody how much you like the Dan Marino College Football University of Pittsburgh jersey. Please and thank you in the comments. We appreciate you, JML. Congratulations once again.
Is the paper planes picking?
Paper planes are on the clock.
Okay.
Paper planes are on the clock.
What do you think they're gonna do with the pick?
Yo, I'm thinking about Jalen Ramsey though, bro. Like this is his MO. When he's unhappy, he finds a way out. Like, oh, I'm out of here. And now we gotta do this.
JMO says he's a 3 times winner.
Oh, my bad. Said it 3 times for the 3-time champ.
Which is fair play. Shout out to JML, 3-time winner. I thought the pick might have been in by now. If you don't wanna see it, then don't look in the comments. Again, it's gonna be I would avoid the comments if you don't want spoilers. Let's see how it pans out. But it also means the Dolphins are edging closer. We're edging closer to pick 13.
It's getting there kind of fast, no?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, once you know who the paper planes are picking, it kind of clears up what could happen at 13 and where we think the Dolphins could go. Oh wow. So J Mars says he wondered friend of the podcast, Javon Holland.
We'll get to the JML comment in a second. Armand Mimbo went to the paper planes, the East Rutherford paper planes. Armand Mimbo, in my opinion, I ain't gonna say that. But Mimbo is a paper plane. Kind of wanted him to start right tackle for the Miami Dolphins so we could move Austin Jackson around a little bit. But Mimbo goes to the paper planes. And I wonder where Tyler Warren goes. Because Tyler Warren was slotted for the paper planes by a lot of people. So the fall begins for Tyler Warren. How you feel about that, Kadeem? We going tight end at 13?
I don't think we are, but I find it very interesting that both AFC East teams have gone O-line and have gone tackle. Yeah, I find that interesting. I find it annoying as well. The two guys that I would have liked to seen in my if they had fallen, I would have liked to have seen them in Miami. So I can't even sit here and say that they're bad picks by those teams. So yeah, fair play to them for, I guess, doing what is done or doing what is needed. I think Will Campbell to the Patriots was like nailed on, to be honest. And Armand Membu, I hate it, but I have to respect it. It's a good solid pick for them. Like I said, it makes getting to the quarterback that much difficult for the Dolphins, but let's see what Anthony Weaver can draw up in game and in season.
Will Johnson, he's gonna fall. Panthers are on the clock. The pick is in. They didn't say who it is though. Panthers, Saints, Bears, Niners, Cowboys, Dolphins. I feel like we're gonna get somebody good if we stay at 13. Like I said on the podcast, we can't mess this up. There's only one way to mess this up, Kadeem, if you ask Charlie Touche, and I'm not going to speak that into existence.
That's fair. That is fair. But yeah, JML. So JML says he won the friend of the podcast, Javon Holland game worn gloves, the Dan Marino jersey, it's a signed edition college jersey. He's showing to every football fan that he knows. So yeah, JML is cleaning up the GTD giveaways, and fair play to him. If there was ever a reason to become a Patreon member,
straight up,
if there's ever a reason to subscribe to be a Patreon member, I think JML is telling you right now, yo, the giveaways are dope. And you know what? Charlie's got a giveaway, the over under giveaway first round. I'm going to have a giveaway to new Patron members. So over the next 3 days, if you sign up to Go Time Dolphins Patreon, you will get a hat like this. Not the one that I'm wearing, but a Go Time Dolphins orange trucker. So sign up to Patreon over the next 3 days, and you will be given a Go Time Dolphins orange trucker, which I'm not gonna lie, goes very nice with my orange Dolphins jacket.
Hey, put it closer to the camera so they can see the stitching. Woo, that thing in there, boy. Hey, Kadeem, bro, you did that. You did that, boy.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
we got 2 giveaways already. We ain't even been on for 2 hours yet.
Look at that. Haven't been on for 1 hour yet. Not even 1 hour, 2 giveaways. LB says we better not mess this up.
I don't think we can, LB. We can, but I don't think we will. I think it's safe, bro. Like, you gotta play the odds. We gonna be all right.
Do you think the Will Johnson knee injuries could be someone putting it out there to try and get him to fall to wherever he falls to, if that makes sense?
Say that again.
So do you think the Will Johnson knee injury could be someone trying to get him to fall to the 20s or even at the first round so they can get him?
I don't think he falls out the first round. I think everything is legit. I think it's the NFL draft. No one wants to mess it up. No one wants to pick a project early. I would advise people not to pick guards in the top 13 of the draft. So if you're drafting a player whose injury history is concerning, I feel you. Do what you got to do. But at the same time, Derek Stingley Jr. is a real thing. Ask Tua. Ask the Dolphins when we ran up. We went to Houston. We were supposed to be at the game. I was supposed to be at the game. But, yeah, man. Shedeur Sanders, the fall. How far does Shedeur Sanders fall today?
So I think he could go 9 to the Saints. The Saints we don't know how available Derek Carr is. And I think he could fall to 9. I'm kind of hoping he falls to 13 and that a team like the Steelers or whoever trades up with Miami to get him. So I'm hoping he falls to at least the teens. But
Yeah. I mean, we got like 5 more picks, and then Miami Dolphins are on the Shedeur Sanders watch to be traded, not to draft Shedeur Sanders, but to trade him. Like we could be watched. Like, teams could start moving up, trying to get the quarterback of the future, who they believe is the quarterback of the future. Go ahead, Kadeem.
I laughed. This comment from JML. Last time we won the Super Bowl, I was pooping my diaper. Next time we do it, I'm afraid I might be doing it again.
Man.
And FAQ
Tedero McMillan is a Carolina Panther. The Dolphins cannot officially not mess up this draft. I'm glad the Dolphins did not take Ted McMillan.
Yeah, Charlie Touche was not a fan of McMillan. FA says if I win, I want to collab with Touche, God willing.
A collab? Sign me up. Hey, you know what? I got you. You win this. We here. Collab.
Yeah, Rob says the last time we won the Super Bowl, I wasn't alive. The same may happen again at this rate.
Oh my goodness, bruh.
Yeah, I know. It's not good. We have nearly 200 viewers across YouTube and Twitter. Can we pass the 200? And yeah, if you're watching and you haven't already, follow us. If you're watching on Twitter and you haven't, follow us on Twitter. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't, subscribe over here on YouTube as we chase the 5,000 subscription mark. The Saints are on the clock at pick number 9, Charlie.
The Raiders needed a quarterback, didn't go Sanders. The Paper Planes needed a quarterback, didn't go Sanders. The Saints are on the clock, need a quarterback. If they do not go Sanders, here are the teams picking after the Saints. The Bears don't need a quarterback. The Niners could be interesting if they take Sanders and move on from Brock Purdy because they don't want to pay him $50+ million. Then the Cowboys, the Dolphins, the Colts, I doubt they will go Sanders. Atlanta, Cardinals, Bengals, and Seahawks. We'll end it there. But San Fran is interesting, Kadeem. Because there was a rumor that San Fran was trying to trade up. And while they were trying to trade up, I'm like, I said it on the podcast numerous times. The NFL is going to get to a point where they draft quarterbacks and they just move on from them after the 5th-year option is up, or a franchise tag season where it's like, look, we're not paying $70+ million for a quarterback to be the 12th best quarterback in the league. We're not doing it no more. And I think who better to do it than Kyle Shanahan, where you can, bro, I think every 4 years, people are going to be drafting quarterbacks. We already got the next guy. We got the next guy. Now, they might not be successful, but there is a middle ground at quarterback nowadays, which there wasn't ever a middle ground at quarterback before. And I think teams aren't going to just pay $70+ million for a quarterback just because that's the market. That's not a shot at Tua. Straight up, like, the Tua's my dog.
No, I get that. It's interesting to see the way the league zigs and zags over. Yeah, I don't know. See, this is why, Charlie, I don't nap before late streams. I end up getting tired, so I apologize.
Hold on. If you don't nap, you get tired?
Yeah, if I like just stay awake, I tend to be okay. But in the past, when I've napped beforehand, it's like, yeah, my body.
If you nap, you get tired. That's crazy because you took a nap to be energized.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm yawning more than I do when I am, streaming, like a primetime game or whatever.
I mean, to be fair, this is not as exciting as a primetime game, though.
But then I guess also it's, I should be energized. I should be like, yo, the Dolphins are on the clock in like 4 picks, and we see what happens. So yeah, that's probably a good thing to do as well. Let's go through. If you're just joining us, you have been, I guess, out enjoying yourself. You come back and you have missed the pick so far. Number 1 overall was Cam Ward, to be expected. Number 2, the Browns traded out of and got quite a few picks in return from the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags moved up and selected Travis Hunter. Pick number 3, to be expected, the New York Giants went Abdul Carter. Pick number 4 was the New England Patriots. They went Will Campbell. Pick number 5, the Browns stayed where they were after trading back. Took Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan. Pick number 6, as expected, Achin Genti went to the Las Vegas Raiders. Pick number 7, the East Rutherford Paper Planes went Armand Membu, tackle from Missouri. And then pick number 8 was the Panthers going Ted McMillan, the wide receiver. Charlie, has pick number 9 come in yet?
Pick number 9 is Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle from Texas to the New Orleans Saints. Ooh. We got 3 O-linemen, 3 tackles.
Yeah.
The top 3 rated tackles in the draft went before the Miami Dolphins. Now, we need interior O-line. I thought there was a possibility the Dolphins could go, with one of these tackles and then move more like Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks, move them from guard, have them play guard, and then kick them out if Patrick Paul doesn't pan out. But that option's off the table. So We got some players right here, Kadeem. We got Tyler Warren still on the board. The Bears coming up. They could do Tyler Warren. You can see San Fran do Tyler Warren because of George Kittle. That would be some nice personnel move right there. Yeah, Shador dropping. Shout out to Burt. He said Shador dropping. Then you got the Cowboys. I don't think they'll go Tyler Warren. And then you got the Dolphins. It's like, bro, I remember once upon a time, Dolphins social media or Dolphins Twitter was going crazy for, we gotta get Tyler Warren. I bet not hear no foolishness if we go Tyler Warren and people are upset. I bet not.
I think what makes it quite interesting is that, yeah, for a lot of people, the top 3 tackles are off the board. So if you did want to, try and replace a friend of the podcast in Austin Jackson or Patrick Paul, who are you going to do that with? And there's still guys available, but that might be a bit of a reach. I guess the 2 corners are still on the board. So if the Dolphins go Tyler Warren and don't go for, a Jadae Barron, it could be, well, it should have gone corner. You don't really need tackle. You've got Jonnu Smith. But yeah, if you're going to go offensive line at this point, I guess you kind of have Gray Zabel is probably what the highest ranking interior offensive lineman. Let's have a look at Charlie Wilson's big board. Yeah, he's got, to be fair, he has Will Campbell as a guard. So we had Josh Simmons as a first round tackle who is still on the board for Miami.
Can you imagine the Dolphins going Josh Simmons and social media having a meltdown because he was injured like 7 months ago?
I mean, Dolphin Twitter still, or some of Dolphin Twitter still wants Will Campbell with his injury, Will Johnson with his injury concerns and the potential chronic knee injury. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. But like I said, I don't think there's a player left who Miami Dolphin Twitter is going to unanimously, oh my god, I can't say it. Unanimously, there we go. So we'll see how it all plays out.
You know how excited I'll be if the Dolphins with Matthew Golden, Kadeem?
Really?
I would, bro. I'll be very excited. Like, honestly, I want us to trade back. We didn't get none of the top tackles, and my desire would be to get a right tackle so we could move Austin Jackson to left guard. You add one position, and all of a sudden you added 2 by adding that one. So, as of right now, Austin's locked in at right tackle. Cool. Shout out to friend of the podcast, Austin Jackson. But Tyreek Hill is going to go this year or next year. This is it. The Tyreek Hill experience is over. You feel me? So shout out to Mike Tomlin. I don't want hostages. I want volunteers. So Jalen Ramsey, you could go. Shout out. Hey, you out of here. Tyreek Hill, you don't want to be here. You out. You what do we say? I'm opening that door. Hey, don't let that door hit you on the way out, champ. You feel me? So yeah, man, I want Tyreek Hill's replacement in Matthew Golden. That's what I would like.
Fair play. Shout out to Rob. He says schedule release day May 14th, which means I am booking flights and a hotel to Spain on May 14th. I am not waiting like I did last year, the year before, when I booked basically the week of the Germany game. I booked my flight and my hotel. I will not be doing that this year. So May 14th, Hannah Montana, if you're listening to this, make sure you have the account ready because Spain 2025, here we come. Twitter is spoiling. No, I'm not gonna say spoiling. Twitter has announced the 10th pick, the Chicago Bears. But also sorry, just seeing that some clarification that Ramsey was not asked to take a pay cut. But he's unhappy in the building. And that's
How,
because
how did how,
Ramsey.
how did we get that clarification? Where did that clarification come from?
So Armando Salguero, who initially put out the news that Ramsey had been asked to take a pay cut, has tweeted he had erroneous information about Jalen Ramsey and the Dolphins, and he's now corrected the truth. There's a reason why I don't rock with Armando Salguero. I will leave that reason for stuff like this. And then Barry Jackson has also said that a source has told him that Ramsey was not asked to take a pay cut, but basically him being Jalen Ramsey and McDaniel don't see eye to eye.
Bro.
Which, yeah.
I don't know if it was the all right. The first shock of the draft was the trade. Jacksonville trading up to the Browns, giving them a few picks. The second shock of the draft is Colston Loveland to the Bears at 10, pick number 10, not Tyler Warren. And I gotta be honest with you, Kadeem. Once upon a time, I have the text messages. Tyler Warren was trending on Twitter. I like Tyler Warren, by the way. And I sent Colston Loveland's highlights to Sherrod Steve, said, but look at this dude. And now Colston Loveland went ahead of Tyler Warren. I took off work for this. I love this stuff, bro.
There's a lot of buzz this week that Colston Loveland will be the first tight end taken off the board tonight, and so be it. So Tyler Warren is in play for the Dolphins. We are currently 3 picks away. If the Dolphins do pick at 13, which apparently, according to Rap Sheet, the Dolphins are trying to trade out or trade back from pick 13. Whether we get it or not, who knows? But Browns GM Andrew Berry said they traded out of the second overall pick because the draft was too good to pass up. Second rounder was in the sweet spot of this draft. First rounder is in what could be a stronger draft. Again, Charlie, if you were the Cleveland Browns, would you have made that trade?
If I was the Browns?
Yeah.
That means there's no Abdul Carter. There's no Travis Hunter. Yes, I would do it. I don't know if I would have went Mason Graham, though. But I would have did it because I'm the Browns. And the Browns always need help. And they need to get it right all the time. And the only time they had something worth watching was with Baker Mayfield, and they moved on from him. And look what he has become, and look at what they have become. Yeah, I would have did it because now you get more bites at the apple.
Yeah, some people are saying that, trading. So Simon Clancy, a UK Miami Dolphins fan, says if you're trading your way out of drafting Travis Hunter, then you're unequivocally doing it wrong. But the Browns at pick number 2 aren't Travis Hunter away from doing anything of note. So yeah, I can see why, and especially if you
throwing the ball to Travis Hunter though.
That's the thing. I can't see this. Did they bring back Joe Flacco?
They did.
That's a quarterback competition. Joe Flacco v. Deshaun Watson. So
Deshaun Watson not playing this year. He tore his Achilles twice.
Oh no, he said he's back and he's better than ever. So Deshaun Watson, ladies and gentlemen, in 2025, insane, absolutely insane.
I had a whole bunch of jokes, and I'm gonna keep to myself.
But yeah, like you could have Travis Hunter. Shout out to there's an angry Cleveland Browns fan. He said, or he tweeted, Brown traded out of 2. This is a freaking joke. I thought Travis Hunter was a unicorn. This is Julio Jones all over again. Again, you're the Cleveland Browns. You need so much help. That drafting Travis Hunter will be nice and you'll be excited. But when Joe Flacco is, or not even Joe Flacco, when Sean Watson is overthrowing Travis Hunter for pick sixes, and then Travis Hunter is getting burnt because Miles Garrett trying to do it all by himself, like you need more than Travis Hunter. Dan Orlovsky tweeted, the Miami Dolphins should take Warren if he's going to be there.
I just got a text from someone saying the same thing. Someone that the internet knows.
Fair
keep the show going. Man. Keep the show going.
No worries. If you're in the comments and you don't want picks to be spoiled, then I would advise you to not look at the comments. FA, I think a few people have said prior to, maybe you weren't in the chat, that they don't want picks spoiled in the comments. So if we could hold off announcing announcing picks in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. But it sounds like the 49ers have made their pick, meaning that the Cowboys are on the clock and the Dolphins are picking in round about 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah. Charlie, do you know when you see something on social media that you never want to see ever in your whole entire life?
Kind of.
There's a woman who's cleaning her ground beef with dish soap.
I didn't know where that was going.
She's using ground beef. She opens it up, puts it in a colander, puts water, and then is it Dawn dish soap?
Come on, Kadeem, you killing this draft for us. You killing this draft for us, bro.
Apologies. So yeah, the Cowboys are on the clock. The 49ers have made their pick, but might not have been officially done yet. Charlie, when that pick is made, could you let us know? As the Dolphins look at their board and try and work out what they should do. And when the 49ers pick is in, then I guess we can discuss what is left for the Dolphins to do, given that, for the first 10 picks, do you think the Dolphins would have expected these players to have gone? Is there anyone who you would have hoped to have still been on the board for the Dolphins?
Yeah, I would have hoped a lot of these boys were still on the board, but nah, you would have hoped, maybe someone falls, but at the same time, I think we're all right now. Like, and after this pick comes in with the Niners, we'll talk about who we have within the next 10 minutes because the Dolphins are going to be on the clock. Roger Goodell takes forever. Forever.
Have to get the ad money in any way possible.
Kadeem, what movie is that from? Don't look in the comments.
No.
Forever. Forever.
I'm not sure, but I know it's gonna bring my.
All right, hold up. If y'all could tell me what in the comments, where is that line from? What movie? If the comments could save you, Kadeem, we won't put it against your movie references counter. Forever. Help them out in the comments. Someone's gonna get it in the comments. Sandlot. Kadeem, you never seen Sandlot?
Never seen Sandlot. Never seen it.
And there goes our chat. There goes our live stream.
Oh, but thank you for saving my movie reference, which currently stands at 3 and 5 for the year. Yeah, you know what? It could be a UK thing because Rob hasn't seen it either.
I mean, so it's a baseball movie. So Michael Williams to the 49ers The Cowboys are on the clock, and the pick is already in. We don't know who the pick is yet, but the pick is in. That means we're getting close to aqua and orange.
So edge rusher off the board. If you're Miami, the likelihood is both corners are going to be there in Jade Barron.
Jade Barron, Will Johnson, Tyler Warren.
Both safeties, whether you like them or not. And then defensive tackle Walter Nolan still on the board.
I don't want Walter Nolan.
But then also, if you're looking at offensive linemen, Gray Zabel, Josh Simmons.
What? Hey, what's his name? Steve Weiss, NFL Network said my lock of the draft. He said his lock of the draft is Gray Zabel at 13 to Miami. Like not anything else. Like this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. I am sure this is gonna happen. He said the lock of the draft for him was Gray Zabel at 13 to Miami. Gray Zabel will be there.
Rob says, do you see us trading back at all then?
I would hope we trade back. That's the hope. I want to trade back. And from the beginning of January, I'm like, hey, we're trading back. We're trading back. We're trading back. And then we had to entertain, well, okay, well, what if we don't trade back? But I want us to trade back. I really do. Yeah. Tyler Booker to the Cowboys. Miami is on the clock.
Interesting. Tyler Booker, interesting.
I'm kind of glad they did that because I didn't want to do that. I didn't want the Dolphins to go Tyler Booker, bro. So I'm glad the Cowboys did it for us.
JML says that I only went to Blockbuster for video games, not movies. And I went to Blockbuster for movies. I did, not gonna lie, but I did go for video games as well, which means that the Dolphins are on the clock, right?
Dolphins are on the clock. Dolphins are on the clock.
Dolphins are on the clock. So I've moved my TV. I don't have Twitter. Do not spoil this. So both corners are on the board. Both safeties are on the board. But Gray Zabel is there. Charlie, if you can't trade back, what would your pick be? And what do you think the Dolphins pick will be?
My pick is Tyler Warren, unequivocally, because Jonnu Smith is not the future. He did well for us last year. I believe we're going to move on from Tyreek Hill. So now you're going to have a whole bunch of 12 personnel. That's it.
So what do you think the Dolphins are going to do?
I don't know. I'm ready though.
I'm sticking. I would go Gray Zabel. I think it is a solid. I think it's a good pick. It's not a sell tickets to Hard Rock Stadium pick, but if you're going to keep Tua healthy and active and upright, Gray Zabel probably the best person on the board to do this. What the Dolphins are going to do, I don't know.
To be fair, Kadeem, Tua doesn't get hurt because of his O-line, though.
That is true.
Tua has had one injury in 5 seasons that is attributed to his O-line play. That's it.
Jesse Davis. Fair play, Jesse Davis.
Do you remember the player who hit him?
Snap. Buffalo Bills. Was it Greg Rousseau?
Nah, close.
Not Matt Milano.
All right, further away.
Okay.
Yeah, one more shot. It was a rib. He got hit in the rib, cracked his rib.
I know it is. Is it EJ Epinesa?
AJ Epinesa.
Yeah, AJ Epinesa. Yeah. Fair play.
I just want to point this out. Dolphins are on the clock and they haven't picked yet. And the clock is ticking. And the past 4 out of the 5 picks, when a team drafted the player, the next pick came in right away. 5 minutes have elapsed from the Miami Dolphins.
I think to me, Gray's able. I think there's quite a few players who you could argue are if they're there, run up and go, make that pick. But I'm hoping this is the phone's ringing and the Dolphins are trying to work out what the best trade package is, and they trade out of it.
I think this is we want the phone to ring and it's not ringing.
Just sitting there, just like.
All right, let's take all 10 minutes. Let's see if any of these offers come through, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
we're going to be picking here.
Yeah. I'm hoping for Gray Zabel. I think Gray Zabel is one which could unite Dolphin Twitter for a few minutes, because it can be the Dolphins on offensive line, the Dolphins are beefed up their offensive line, and then it's going to be, oh, but it should have gone corner, blah blah blah. So no, I am hoping for, I'm hoping for offensive line, but again, could Matthew Golden be in play?
3, I hope so. The pick is in. The pick is in, and you know what we got, Kadeem? A commercial. A commercial. Shout out to LB for saying they always go to commercial on the Dolphins pick, and they always go to commercial on the Jags pick, but they couldn't because they picked so high, so they went to commercial on our pick.
I'm not even looking at the comments. I've got the comments.
I blocked the comments off.
Yeah. If you dropped a comment right now, I can't see it. Like, this can't be both for me. It can't.
The pick is in.
I'll move my TV away. I say don't mess this up. We won't know if we messed it up until
I don't think we didn't take Tyler Booker. Ted McMillan wasn't there. I'm happy right now. I'm cool with whatever this pick is. I'm cool with it.
Even if they went like Malachi Stark, safety.
I would prefer Imanwari, but yeah, I'm okay with Malachi Starks. Okay. I'm not gonna trip over Malachi Starks. But I'll be like, I wouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm okay with it. It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. We got over 200 people on the live, y'all. Shout out to the live. Shout out to y'all tuning in with us and for us and by us for the Dolphins. I was just coming off the top. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. We're what, 160 away from 5,000 subscribers? 6,000?
About that, yeah.
How many thousand? How many subs we got?
5,000.
5,000. Like 180 away from 5,000. Help us out. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Kadeem, Dolphins about to add a new player.
Are we gonna? Is the commercials finished yet?
No, the commercials are not finished, and it just keeps saying the pick is in.
Liberty. I love that commercial. That's one of my favorite commercials. Now I need Roger Goodell to walk up to the podium, announce the pick, because this isn't fair. This ain't fair,
bro. The only pick. Well, there's two. One that I would really dislike. There is still one that I would dislike, which is Shedeur Sanders, clearly.
Yeah.
And the other one that I wouldn't dislike, but I'd be like, I would definitely not have done that, is Omarion Hampton, which I like, by the way. But he's a running back that we don't need. So other than that, I'm ready.
I'd also throw G. Hodge Campbell in there. That Jordan Abram.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to see it in the first round, but
we still got a second.
Okay. Apologies for not reading your comments right now. Like I said, I'm not.
Hey, I'm not apologizing for nothing with the Dolphins on the spot. Here comes Goodell. Marino number.
The Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. Not excited.
Yeah,
I'm not excited. I'm not excited, but cool. It's not Mason Graham. It's
I
his
thought.
teammate.
Yeah, Kenneth Grant, Michigan. You got the Stephen Ross connection, all that kind of stuff. If there was a need, you need a defensive tackle, but yeah, it's not a pick that I would have jumped up and down about. I'm not jumping up and down about, but I can see why they went there. It'll be interesting to see what Coach and Chris Greer say about it. I'm underwhelmed, but hey, you feel the need. It is what it is. What it is like. It is what it is, I guess. Now we can get to the comments. Charlie Wilson just said, "Man, dot 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 dot." What else we got? Ross has McDaniel in a headlock right now from Michigan. Yeah, LB says the league don't respect us commercials on our pick often. And Charlie Wilson, good player. I just wish he took over games more. Doesn't play up to his size. Love you guys. Charlie Wilson, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Jason Keck asked, who is it? Who is it, Charlie?
Kenneth Grant. And the more time goes by, the more I'm not liking it. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying like oh no. I'm not angry, I'm not mad, I'm not hot. But the more time that goes by, I'm like, you telling me we have 10 picks in this draft, and this is the deepest D-line and O-line draft in the history in the past 20 years, literally past 25 seasons of NFL football. This is the deepest D-line and O-line draft. And you had to go Kenneth Grant D-line in the first round? You absolutely had to. So
I'm gonna
hold up for me. For me, I'm like, there's plenty D-line you could have went in this draft later and found a starter. Kenneth Grant has to deliver now. And it's unfortunate that you put that pressure on this dude, because I think it's easier to put a pressure on someone who could come out and prove themselves even faster, and like someone like Gray's able.
I think no matter who the pick was in the first round, you have to go and prove yourself your first round pick. I think, and a lot of people say this is a deep offensive line and defensive line class. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that you're going to get some of the guys you want. Yes,
All
it's
right.
a deep class, but
All right. I'm sorry.
you know,
I'm sorry. We got hours. Oh, maybe we don't have hours because we just picked. But Kadeem, I think it just got worse. Because history is going to say the Dolphins went Kenneth Grant and Tyler Warren went one pick later. The more time that goes by, we only 5 minutes removed, 10 minutes removed, the more I'm really not liking this pick. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, jury's out. We'll find out. The good thing about this is we get to find out.
I think what's interesting, so there's quite a few comments I want to get to. So Dougly Do Wrong is a fan of the pick. He says yes, Kenneth Grant on Twitter. Let's have a look. Who else? A lot of people saying breaking, but no one actually giving their opinion. Guys, let's not be childish. That's not interesting for the thing. Someone, okay, that's cool. I'm trying to. So we have some comments in, or some comments in the chat. So FA says he's a dominant one stopper. It's not a sexy name, but he gets it. Jason Keck says, I'm going to assume he means another Christian Wilkinson.
That's it right there. A dominant run stopper, nothing sexy. Christian Wilkins ended up panning out. So maybe you on something.
J-Mo is not happy about it. Chris Barella says he ain't no Christian Wilkins, can't replace a Christian Wilkins. Denzel voice. Jason Keck says the one sandwich from being fat guy. Don't know about that. But
bro, I think for me, that Tyler Warren after that just compounded it. Like, wait. Can y'all like blow the next pick, and then that way I feel better about my pick? You know what I'm saying? But no, Tyler Warren. Although Tyler Warren to the Colts, he'll be a dude, but I don't know if Anthony Richardson's gonna make him a dude. It might be Daniel Jones throwing to Tyler Warren.
That's the thing. Shout out to Reason. He says Miami defensive front is disgusting. Let's effing go. Trying to get some instant reactions from social media because social media is very. So Joe Klatt says, I think he could be one of the premier defensive tackles in the coming years. That is on Kenneth Grant. Who else is normally angry on social media? Chris Kaufman from the 3 Yards Per Carry show. He is happy about it. He tweeted on March 23rd, if Miami drafts them at 13, they don't need to worry about defensive line for a bit. They'll be stout but still athletic. And the clips he's showing is him doing athletic stuff. Kevin Dern also been on the pod a few times. Says this is March 23rd. He said he loves Kenneth Grant, hopeful for he or Starks at 13. So from what I'm seeing, not much negativity on the timeline. But yeah.
All right. Let me get back in here for a second. The more time that goes by, the more I'm not liking this pick. It's just right now, and you know, it's so funny because you know how optimistic I am as a fan, and I like to think it's reasonably optimistic. You know what I'm saying? But Tyler Warren goes one pick later, and you still need O-line help. So now you absolutely have to hit on O-line because the safest pick in the draft, shout out to Steve Weiss, who's your lock didn't come through, by the way. But the safest pick in the draft is not a Miami Dolphin. Well, there's two safe picks. There's two safest picks. I said who the other safest pick was, Kadeem. Do you remember who it was?
Was it Donovan Jackson?
It is Donovan Jackson. The two safest picks in the entire NFL draft is Gray Zabel and Donovan Jackson, according to Charlie Touche. And you didn't get Gray Zabel. So the fact that we still need to go O-line, I don't love it. People know you want to go O-line. That's why Cowboys took O-line right there in front of you. O-line went ahead of you in the draft. It is what it is. People could still try to trade up in front of you now in the second and third round. This also is telling because this is a Chris Greer pick. Chris Greer was on the microphone a week ago and said, I defer too much. And that's one of my problems is I defer too much. And now that he's on the hot seat, it's like, nah, I'm not going to defer anymore. If I'm going to go down, I'm going down with the ship. And this is a Chris Greer pick. Make no mistake, no doubt about it. What are we snickering at?
When Kelvin Banks Jr. was taken by the Saints, the woman to the left of him was holding a baby, and the baby vomited. The baby just vomited live on TV. But if you're that baby, that's getting like when you're on your 18th birthday, that's getting shown on the screen. Yo, you was on live TV, and you're just, vomiting. Do you know what? What I will say is, and again, it doesn't mean much because so much can happen once games are played and stuff like that. But Dolphins Twitter is quite happy with Kenneth Grant, which I didn't expect. Like, Dolphins Twitter isn't up in arms, and Dolphins Twitter is up in arms about everything.
Everything.
Like, everything. Again, even Neil Driscoll, who's negative 24/7. He said that Kenneth Grant was his 4th overall player. He says Dolphins hit a home run. But he also tweeted in November 30th, 2024, Kenneth Grant, round 1, Miami Dolphins. When you have the receipts, that's always interesting. He said in December, my dream is Kenneth Grant. So again, it's fair play to him. Jason Keck, so he says the next pick better be a guard or a tackle.
No. He didn't say the next pick better be a guard or a tackle. In all caps, he said better. The next pick better be a guard or a tackle. That's what he said.
He then adds Chris Greer, but remember, Chris Greer isn't worried about the offensive line. The fandom are worried about it. Those will be his final words. Makes excuses too much. Charlie, does the next pick have to be a guard or a tackle?
It doesn't, but it has to be right. All these picks have to be right. Like, you know what's funny, Janine? I'm the optimistic one. I'm the one that, I like this. I could justify some things. Oh, I could see what they did there. I see why they did that there. And Twitter is the ones that's always unhappy. And now Twitter, oddly enough, is extremely happy. Dolphins Twitter is extremely happy. And Charlie Touche is the one who's like, I don't know about this one. That's crazy.
No, I'm the same. It's normally Dolphins Twitter freaking out and me going, why so angry for? Relax, it ain't that deep. But yeah, it's again, I said this to you earlier. When you said, the Dolphins have to go offensive line, a certain thing, and I'll say it to Jason as well. The Dolphins don't have to go guard or tackle in the second round. This is a deep offensive line class. Say there's a scenario where Will Johnson is sitting there with the Dolphins pick in the second round.
You gotta take him.
Like you kind of have to, because again, there's
or one of these safeties fall. You gotta take
him.
him.
There's gonna be offensive linemen. This class is so deep that theoretically, if everything pans out, there's gonna be guys there in the 3rd, 4th, maybe even the 5th round, depends on who is there. This is where the Dolphins had so many needs that unless they went, in my opinion, quarterback and running back, whoever they picked was kind of going to fill a position of need. Offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, corner, safety, wide receiver, tight end. It's the Dolphins kind of put themselves into a situation, but yeah, Kenneth Grant isn't the sexy name. He's not, like I said, he's not the player that's going to,
I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with not going the sexy route. You know what I'm saying?
100%, yeah.
All we got, matter of fact, we were the sexy team for the past 3 seasons, though. You know what I'm saying? And all we got was the Dolphins are pretenders and they're a booty shaking team. That's what people call us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the booty shaking team. Y'all just, it's like flashing and all the other good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with not being sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and football isn't sexy, so I'm okay with not being sexy. I think 100%. I just thought we could go non-sexy a little bit later, though. That's all I'm saying.
Charlie, Dolphin social media is happy. Like, all the negative guys are happy. Ghost of Adam Gase, let's effing go. Great effing pick. And someone responded saying, I want a boring meat and potato draft. Big boys on both lines. That's how you win in the NFL.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, I said I wanted that too. I want 4 O linemen and 3 D linemen. I just kind of would move it around a little bit and get more safer O line, and then go with the D line. Like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I want the same thing.
Yeah. Like, Jason Keck says they've gone defense the last 3 seasons, maybe even 4. Where's the defense? Where's the payoff? I take it you mean in the first round, and that's a lie. because the Dolphins drafted Jalen Waddle in the first round.
We went Chop Robinson last year.
Yeah, the year before we went
We didn't have a first the year before that.
because we traded it for that
No,
Tyreek Hill.
I thought we lost it.
Oh, we lost it, yeah. And then the year before, we traded our first round pick for the Bradley Chubb.
We traded a first round pick. I don't know if it was ours.
Yeah, but yeah. So I get it. It does feel like the Dolphins have gone defense in the first round quite a bit, but then if you kind of go the other side, you know, the year we drafted Tua, we went Tua, and then Fender Podcast, Austin Jackson, and then obviously Noah Benogany. The following year we went Jalen Waddle,
Rob
and
Hunt, second round of that draft.
Yeah, as the year after.
If anyone is paying attention to the draft, Jalen Walker just went to the Falcons. Continue.
Yeah. 2021 we obviously went Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips in the first round. Liam Meikenberg in the second. Like the Dolphins have spent, if you look at the picks 1 and 2 of the last 5 years, has been a mix of both offense and defense. The bigger issue is that none of them have been my days first round slam dunk picks. Each of them have their own question marks, but no, I get it. So Jason says he means overall and primarily, and I guess that goes back to the whole defense the last 3 seasons.
So I got a question for you. What prior to the draft, an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, what were the priorities for this Miami Dolphins team in this draft? Like, what positions did you think? Because you got to prioritize your priorities. What positions were our priority, Kadeem? In short, if you can.
In order or just in general?
Yeah, in order, please.
In order. My order would be corner, guard, defensive tackle. Now, try again. Corner, guard, safety, defensive tackle, linebacker.
Corner, guard, safety, defensive tackle, linebacker.
Yeah.
I would say guard. But I understand if somebody is happy with James Daniels. But I would say guard, corner, receiver, because we're not going to have a receiver next year. Maybe this year, but not next year. Safety, D tackle, tight end, you know what I'm saying? But nah, bro. I thought we're prioritizing our priorities, and I think we got the order wrong, in my opinion. I'm so glad Matthew Golden did not waste his NFL first 4 seasons in Arizona. Arizona goes Walter Nolan, who I didn't want as a Miami Dolphin. So it's something to rejoice about.
Shout out to Andre Thomas. He said guard, defensive tackle, DB, or tackle over guard. I think, yeah, again, the Dolphins have and had so many priorities that I think there's a genuine case to be made for quite a few of them. Right now, your starting corners are probably Storm Duck and Jalen Ramsey. And Jalen Ramsey doesn't want to be here no more for whatever reason. So if you said corner is your biggest need, I wouldn't argue with you. Your starting guards right now are probably James Daniels and Liam Meikenberg. So again, you don't know when James Daniels is going to come back. You hope it's going to be training camp.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you need 2 guards because you're one tweak ankle away from starting Liam Meikenberg. You could draft 1 guard right now, and then that guard get hurt. Eichenberg's back in the building. Like, no, bro. So real quick with the draft.
I didn't finish my point.
My bad.
let me land. But
Go
yeah,
ahead.
so again, if you want to go guard as your main priority, I can understand it for what Charlie just said. When you're starting to defensive tackles are what Benito Jones and Zach Sealer, I can understand if you're going, hey, we need a defensive tackle because Benito Jones ain't it and Zach Sealer needs help.
I did not argue that though.
No,
I said
no.
prioritize the priorities.
Again, can I land?
Man, you take a long time to land, bro. We running
You
out
keep
of fuel or
interrupting
what?
me. Yo, I'm trying to land, and you're there going, yo, hey, like, okay. My point was, the Dolphins have so many priorities that there's an argument to be made for a whole bunch of them, which is why I wouldn't argue if someone said the main number one priority was corner or tackle or whatever. I could genuinely understand any argument because the Dolphins have so many holes right now.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
The falls are coming right now. So shout out Andre Thomas said receivers are stretched that early in your order. I was just around for the Tua needs weapons days. You know what I'm saying? And I remember what that felt like when Tua didn't have weapons. And to know that Tyreek Hill probably isn't a Dolphin this year and definitely isn't a Dolphin next year. Who we throwing the ball to? Nick Westbrook-Ikine? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying we could circle back to that. Appreciate you though, no doubt. The Bengals are on the clock. You got to imagine Bengals go defense. Seattle comes up after the Bengals, and Seattle has Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith and Jigba at receiver. Then you have Tampa. They have Mike Williams. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Oh, are the Broncos going Matthew Golden or Omarion Hampton at 20? And then Shador Sanders will be there for the Steelers at 21. Matthew Golden is not getting past 23. So you got the Broncos, the Chargers, and Green Bay. I'm gonna have to root for Matthew Golden on another team, unfortunately. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach.
Andre, did we get to your views? Andre said, I'm pleased with the pick. Him next to Chop and Phillips coming back. Let's not talk about Chubb. I digress.
Yeah, no, for real. Let's get something clear. No one's upset that we went D-line. I just would have preferred to go D-line later for that point exactly. Look at our D-line. You got Chop, you got Phillips, you got Zach Sealer in there. You know what I'm saying? You got Chubb coming back, just like you said. So that's why it's not on the priority at the top of the priority list, because our D-line is actually, it's like the safest position on our team is the D-line, if I'm being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would have to go away from D-line so early in the draft. And the fact that I had to bring up that point again kind of make me a little bit more not liking that pick, actually. So I'm like, I don't know about that. Shout out the AT for bringing that point up. Like, that's even more of a point for us to go a different route. And you want us to take Shador? He said, can we trade back in for Shador? Man, bro, like I can't get behind it. Can't get behind it. Go ahead, Kadeem.
No, Jason Keck reckons we'll be picking in the top 15 again next year. But I was gonna ask, can I be cheeky because Coach and Greer are on the podium talking about, I guess, the pick. Do you want to tune in for that, or do you want to leave it?
If McDaniel and Chris Greer are talking about the pick right now, we're not trading back up into the first round.
Yeah.
Just know that this draft night is over for us. Just know that.
Do you want to listen to anything I have to say?
I mean, go ahead.
Okay. That is me talking because, of course, I'm talking in the background. Let's have a look what I have to say. Can you not hear it?
Not really.
Very excited to get him there. He was one of the players that we targeted.
Sorry.
There are a number of players we like in that spot. He was one of them. Very happy to get him. We're always working the phones to that whole process.
So
in this draft, especially where we are.
Chris Greer basically said they're working the phones, but they like Kenneth Grant.
Actively trying to do it, but
They were
very excited.
actively trying to trade back, but they're excited with Kenneth Grant. So
Be able to be a potential impact player for it.
yeah, okay, yeah. Basically, they tried to trade back. They couldn't. They're happy with Kenneth Grant. Which okay, cool, fair enough. But yeah, Jason Keck is clearly not happy with us not going offensive line in the first round.
Hey, when Jason Keck ain't happy, boy, he let us know it. Although sometimes I feel like he's unhappy for the wrong reasons. And then he comes at me because he thinks I'm unhappy with him, which I'm not and never have been. But shout out Jason Keck. We rock with you, bro.
100%. Yeah, I think, but I also said, I think for some people, if it wasn't a offensive lineman, people are going to be upset because of, I guess, the state of the offensive line. But there's still potentially 9 picks, and also, yeah, you have 9 potential picks to fix this offensive line in a very deep offensive line class. So we'll see what happens.
I'm happy that I disagree with Dolphins Twitter right now, because I'm always on the other side of the tracks. I'm always on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm always excited and optimistic about stuff, and Dolphins Twitter is really negative. And now I'm on the other side where I'm like, yo, we could have did something different here. And the more time, and I thought, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'll go look at it tomorrow. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, change some things around. But here and now, within like the 30 minutes, I'm like, hey, I don't know. Like the further we get away from the pick, the more I get a bit unhappy about it.
So apparently Chris Greer said that when they took Kenneth Grant, they got 3 texts from teams saying that was their guy.
We always get that pick, bro. We always get that text.
Hey,
that was a Javon Holland. Hey, you got to steal with Javon Holland. Like,
yeah,
okay,
cool.
Like, thanks, Chris. I bet they did. I bet your homies did hit you up.
If that was your guy, then trade up, trade, like, try to get him. You didn't, so be quiet. But yeah, for them again, like I said, I just find it interesting. Yeah, Greer also said, where has it gone? They were targeting Kenneth Grant the entire night. Zach Sealer texted happy things to Mike McDaniel, and that Chris Greer said the Dolphins are willing to move up or down for the right player with the remaining draft picks, which, again, you've got 10 picks or 9 now. Dolphins, I can't imagine the Dolphins pick 9 players, so you probably are going to move up at some point, or even trade out of a pick and pick up stuff for next year.
To be fair, it starts in the trenches. So you cannot get upset for the Dolphins saying, "No, we want to prioritize the trenches, whether it's the O-line or D-line." I'm not upset at that. I would just went O-line first, because we've been doing it for years, but we've been talking about it forever and ever. Amen. O-line, O-line, O-line. It doesn't happen. Hasn't happened. And you go D-line, you get it. It's a strength. Actually, again, I'm gonna say it again. D-line is the strength of the team right now, and you just double, triple, quadruple down on D-line. Cool,
I disagree,
but they better get it done right now. What's the strength of the team, Kadeem?
Well, no,
Receiver?
okay. I disagree to a point. D-line is a very strong unit, but you have
What's the strength of the team, Kadeem?
Let me finish. But you have 1 defensive tackle. So if you've got 1 defensive tackle and the chance that you're going to play 2 defensive tackles on most downs, that's not like you.
So
you need
Edge
someone to
is
play
not
that.
on the D-line. Edge isn't the D-line.
But then also your edge rushers, you've got Jalen Phillips coming off his second season-ending injury in a row, and Bradley Chubb hasn't played for a year. So on paper, it's a strength. You've got guys who haven't taken a snap since what? Like nearly 2 years ago. So it's a strength on paper, but that's not helpful. So I'm doubling down. I can't bang the table. I disagree. Defensive line is not a strength when two of the guys you just named are coming off season-ending injuries. One of those who hasn't played in over a year. So yeah.
Back to the original question. What's the strength of the team, Kadeem? Hey, you want to play the Jeopardy music? Because
No. I was gonna say they don't have one. The Dolphins have no strength.
We don't have a strength.
No, but you just said it's defensive line, but it's not defensive line because your
edge
edge rushers haven't played in a year.
Like, bro, if you're ranking the strengths of the team by positions, you have to start somewhere. So where do you start?
Quarterback.
All right. Then what?
Running back. No, I'm being serious. Devon Achane and Jalen Wright.
Well, you pull that one out. You did that. You did that, Kadeem. I'll let it go. You did that, bro. You did that. Now, I'm gonna let you live. Gray's able to the Seattle Seahawks, and Charlie Wilson's gonna hit us and say, "We got your guy." In about 3, 2, 1. Cue Charlie Wilson.
That was the lock. That if there was a lock, if my voice went, if there was a lock, it was Gray's able a Seattle Seahawk. The moment he went past 13, so yeah, Seahawk was just sitting there going, keep falling. So yeah, fair play. I'm having a look at I haven't seen the group chat. Yeah, I'm just. What's interesting, yeah, shout out to Parlay J that, yeah, there's been no corners taken so far. We are 18 picks in, halfway through, or over halfway through the first round, and there's been no DBs at all. So yeah. Also, what's interesting, and this happens quite a lot.
You know what? I gotta say this, Kadeem. I don't like the pick. Nah. I've had more time to sit in. Like I gotta let it sit. I gotta let it digest. I gotta let it sit. You know what I'm saying? And now I am officially on record. This is official. Charlie Touche doesn't like the pick. I don't like the pick.
Do you hate the pick?
I don't hate the pick. I just don't like the pick.
Yeah.
I don't like the pick.
And no, Charlie, we're always here.
What are Florida Panthers doing, man? What a Panthers game, man.
No, I'm with you. But again, I think this is, people say Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel, your job's on the line. I thought the pick would be Gray's Dable because I thought it was a safe pick. You can't go wrong with this pick. He's a one helmet guy. I guess a lot of people believe the same with Kenneth Grant. It's just, yeah. I'm gonna be annoyed with Charlie Wilson when he does message me like, you guys like sharping out my face. Hopefully he can jump on the pod tomorrow. I know he's doing a live stream over at the Mirror right now. Hopefully he is around tomorrow. I just find it hilarious that Dolphin social media is happy with the pick so far because it's never that, to be fair. Yeah. So looking at Joe Robbie from the Dive Bar podcast says guys like Kenneth Grant.
That boy missed out on $1,900.
Annoying. He says guys like Kenneth Grant make your entire defense better. Demanding double teams frees up the second level to actually be able to get downhill in the run game and gives our horsemen the opportunity for one-on-ones in the pass game. Don't be ignorant. This is a home run pick, and home run is in capital letters. Charlie, are we going to be the podcast that's going, we don't like... Yo! First of all, Charlie Wilson tweeted, "Let's go." Charlie Wilson, I hate you so much right now. But Shout out to Brian Cat. I've been trying to get Brian Cat on the podcast for a few weeks now. I know he's ducking me. It is what it is. He says, very happy with the Dolphins selecting DT Kenneth Grant. Massive guy who gets into the backfield at 330 plus pounds. I would have been disappointed with Walter Nolan or Derek Harmon. So yeah. And then
Florida Panthers won 2-0. Spoiler alert, my bad. I'm in a bad mood.
yo, Charlie, relax. It's spoilers. Matt McDaniel said, I was asked if the trenches are a priority in the draft. He said maybe there's opportunities to add players that can contribute to your football team, and these opportunities, you can do a lot of different things with them. Feel very good where we're at. That is the most Mike McDaniel answer of all time. But fair play.
Okay, Mr. Best Available. What happens in the second round when the best available position is D tackle? Do you do D tackle again because you need a third D tackle?
Double the chip. I'm not saying I would. But yeah. JML says no offensive line, no run game. Tua had to get the ball out fast. That doesn't work against good teams, as proven. And then LB says, if Dolphin Twitter is happy with the pick, if Dolphin Twitter is happy, then the pick is time to panic. Yeah, this is again. I find this interesting. This isn't what I expected. And then Rob says, "Cheer up, Charlie." Yeah.
Not yet. Not right now.
I can say it's funny. It's not funny. It's interesting. Not even interesting. I've got a funeral to go to in less than 7 hours. And there was talk beforehand about me not even being here. But then also it might be a case where, the Dolphins pick up 13 and then I leave, and I'll stay for the first round in case the Dolphins trade back up into the first round. Spoiler alert, they won't. When Chris Sims like the picks, you've got issues. Chris Sims says Kenneth Grant is another guy who has some untapped skills based on what he was asked to do in college. I think that there is some pass rush potential there. The Dolphins basically picked up Is it fair to say the Dolphins picked up Christian Wilkins 2.0?
No, it's not. But it's fair to say that everyone in Dolphins circles likes the pick except Charlie Touche. It is safe to say that. Emeka Ibuka, Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Chris Greer said that they're open to trade back into the first round. We made some calls with some teams. Maybe last pick something happens. Charlie, do you believe that the Dolphins are going to trade back into the first round?
No, Kadeem, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. Let's play a game.
You want to play a game?
The Dolphins trade back up into the first round to take Shador Sanders.
That's it for me, boy.
Would there be another Go Time Dolphins episode?
It's over with for me. Yeah, it might be over with for Sherrod Steve too. He might blow a head gasket. And he's not even a Tua supporter.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't see. Sorry, I can't see a reason to trade back up into the first round. Chris Greer said we have. What's that?
Matthew Golden. Denver's on the clock at 20. Dude is falling. I'm falling.
Were you singing A. Marie?
Nah, that was Hillsong. You don't know nothing about that. There's a lot of fallings I could have turned that into.
Yeah.
I could have turned that to Alicia Keys. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that was Hillsong. Shout out Hillsong.
Chris Gray also said we have 9 picks still, the draft process, but also free agency. There's a number of really good players still on the street that we've been in touch with.
Bro, Matthew Golden could go. Listen to these teams. If Matthew Golden goes to them, Broncos. Okay, I'm not worried about him there. Chargers. I would be disappointed if he went to the Chargers. Green Bay, a lot of young talent in the receiving core. Texans replaces Stephon Diggs. Rams, they just lost Cooper Kupp. They have an aging Devontae Adams. Baltimore, in the mix to trade for Tyreek Hill. Won't go to the Lions. Won't go to Washington, although he could, but he won't go to Washington. Buffalo, Kansas City, Eagles. Bruh, I'm going to be hot wherever he goes, bruh, since he's not going to be a Dolphin. Man.
Shout out to Looney Kid. He says hacking now. I don't know what he's hacking. Just don't hack the Go Time Dolphin servers. That'll be greatly, greatly appreciated. But Looney Kid, we appreciate you.
I'm going to have some more Captain Crunch.
I will be going to sleep. If I can get... How long left you think of the draft? An hour? 2?
No, I mean we could call it another 10 minutes. We out if you want. That's cool.
No.
What's the game plan for tomorrow?
Same again. Be here 1 a.m. UK time, which is what 8 p.m. What's 1 p.m.? No, what's 1 a.m. UK time? I had it somewhere. I had it written down. No, I legit did, and then I just lost.
No. That's Saturday, Kadeem. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
The draft is at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow.
That's 1 in that 1 a.m. or the midnight. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I thought you said 1 p.m.
No, 1 a.m.
Oh, okay. I kind of want to rewind it and see what you actually said, but maybe I'm just tripping.
Yeah, you're the mood of the podcast.
I think this is the first time the stream see me like this, though, Kadeem.
I think so.
I think it's the first time they see me unhappy like this. Like, dang.
Wasn't the best. Yeah, it's. I don't think there could have been another pick to get you this deflated.
It could have. It could have been Walter Nolan. It could have been Tedero McMillan. It could have been a quarterback. And that's it. I'm not. This is not an indictment on Kenneth Grant, though. This is an indictment on going D tackle in the first round. Like, yo, yes, it's about the trenches. You got to build the trenches. You need D line, but dang, bro, like you need a lot of other stuff. And D line is, in my opinion, your safest position right now. Not for the long term, but it's your strength, in my opinion.
Especially when most of Dolphin social media that I'm seeing is extremely happy with the pick. Because yeah, it seems okay. Thanks, Rob. Draft starts for us at midnight tomorrow. That is greatly appreciated. It means I will make sure that video is set for midnight. So make sure I'm not missing. Yeah, too as much.
Hey, that boy Matthew Golden on TV looking sour right now, boy. I need Matthew Golden to have the Amon-Ra St. Brown attitude and remember every single receiver taken in front of him. That's what I need. Shout out to Golden.
Shout out to Looney Kid in the comments as well. It's a draft day. I was singing whatever Drake song where it's like draft day, Johnny Manziel. I've been singing it all day. I don't even like Drake like that. So fair play. Sorry, I thought I missed a comment. Shout out to Amplify to Rock, Josh Kasker from the Same Old Dolphin podcast. He said, whether you like the Grant pick or not, I think it's important to let the full draft play out because of how many holes the Dolphins are trying to fill,
Mhm.
there were going to be unhappy people regardless after pick 13. Let's see where we are at Saturday night, which I guess
100%.
helps. Yeah,
Because you again, you could come back and go O-line, and all of a sudden you like, oh, what's up, Jonas Savaniah? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, hey, what up, Seth McLaughlin? You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Trust me, I get it.
100%. J-Mo says like and subscribe 100%. If you're in the chat and you haven't already, please leave a like on the video. Comment if you haven't already. Let's get the conversation going. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Jade Barron to the Broncos. Not a receiver, not a running back to the Broncos. Jade Barron to the Broncos.
They've got a pretty decent DB room over there.
They have a pretty decent defense over there. Like they
Yeah.
were like one of the best defenses in fantasy football last year.
Fair play to them. Fair play. Which means one corner is off the board. Just seeing the Broncos pick. So again, if you are just joining us for whatever reason and you don't know who the Dolphins picked, the Dolphins stayed at 13, picked Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan. Hence the sour mood in the chat because, yeah, Rob, appreciate it. He's gonna go get some sleep. I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all. We are 10 picks away from, or the Steelers 1 o'clock at pick 21. But yeah, like 10, 11 picks to go.
Is this
So
Shedeur Sanders?
Well, given that Gray Zabel was a lock,
Appreciate you, Jason Keck.
appreciate you. Given that Gray Zabel was a lock to Miami at 13, and it seems Shedeur Sanders was a lock to Seattle at pick.
Oh, hold on. Sherrod Steve coming in via phone call. Sherrod Steve. Let's see what Sherrod Steve got for us. Dang, I wish Rob and Jason Keck would have hung around a little bit more. Let's see what we get. Can you hear the phone ringing, Kadeem?
I heard the first ring.
Sherrod.
What's up, fellas?
What up, bro?
Yep.
Can you hear that, Kadeem?
I can, yep.
How you doing, bro? How you doing, Sherrod?
I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
Man, you know we on air, bro. We doing a little draft party. So social media, Dolphins social media loves the pick. Everybody is excited. The way, like sometimes, well, all the time, no one can get on the same page when it comes to the Miami Dolphins draft picks, and social media is always upset at the pick. I'm the optimistic one, and I'm always like, "Oh no, let's see how it plays out. We'll be good." And I'm the one who doesn't like it. Sherrod Steve, I need to know where you at with this pick. Kenneth Grant is a Miami Dolphin.
You and I are in agreement on this one. I don't hate it. I can understand it. I just think for the 13th overall pick, you need a guy that's gonna produce sacks, produce tackles for a loss, and like make real impact plays. This guy, I don't know if he's gonna be that kind of player. I think he's potentially a nice piece. So just a little bit about him. I don't know a ton, to be honest, but it seems he battles weight issues, and he's just a guy that.
Let me stop right there. He's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just a guy.
Yeah, you don't get super excited about. But we discussed this before, how it is hard to draft, the trenches and get excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that this pick though seems to be. I think what hurts as well, his running mate Mason Graham, who I was really high on. it waters it down for me. It's like, all right, was he benefiting from his production a bit? It's one of those scenarios for me. So, time will tell. Every draft pick, that's all you can say. I hope I'm wrong, but this seems like a solid pick, but not the ceiling doesn't appear to be super high.
Hey, the last D tackle we drafted at 13 overall was Christian Wilkins. I agree 1,000,000% with everything you say, Sherrod. I said almost over like 80% of the stuff you said is actually what came out my mouth on the podcast. I think this is a D-line draft, and you could address other priorities now. It's more like, I need a guarantee at 13, not something that's going to be, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So for me, this is I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, but I will say this. He did have Mason Graham, but we got Zach Sealer. So it's the same thing. Like maybe he'll produce because of Zach Sealer. So I don't like it. I don't hate it. Like you said, I don't like it. I think we could have went D tackle later. And this is the first time where me and Dolphins Twitter don't agree, but on the opposite ends of the spectrum. But hey, appreciate you for calling in, bro, for taking the call out at least.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Let's hope that these next rounds we hit some home runs.
There's nothing sexy about O-line, D-line, but we gotta like everybody wants dogs and muddy up the game, so this is what it looks like.
Indeed, man, indeed.
All right, be easy, bro.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Yo. What you make of that?
Yeah, it's a meat and potatoes pick. Like as I keep on saying, I am not sitting here going, "Oh, I cannot wait to see Kenneth Grant in Spain. I'm gonna get a Kenneth Grant." Like no one's saying that, but it's I can see it. And again, you're right. It's difficult to get excited about Trench's picks. However, you go up like if an armor member is there, the guy's like, "Yo, we got this guy." And Kenneth Grant to me isn't that guy. He's okay.
He's not the same trench either. He's in the other trench.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
No, I get it. And I want to be completely fair. Here's why it's good. Because the Dolphins aren't going to have no corners, and we don't have no safeties. So your D-line is going to have to win. So I feel you. If anybody feel you, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? So your D-line is going to have to win. We get it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out JML. Appreciate you. Nah, man, I get it. I just would have in a different direction. Like I should have asked Sherrod Steve how you feel about Tyler Warren going to one pick later. But today we got some news. Not Dolphin news, but it's draft news. Shedeur Sanders did not go to Pittsburgh. What are we doing? How epic is this fall going to be? Is this a Malik Willis, Will Levis type of fall?
I would say again, yes and no. Shout out to JML. He's going to call it. JML, have a good one. Hopefully we see you tomorrow. If the reports about Saunders just not interviewing well this week are true, I'm not surprised that he's falling. A lot of people just don't think he's that good a quarterback as well. It's like, hey, if he didn't have the Sanders name, no one will even considering you in the first pick. The only reason you're an option in the first round is because of who your dad is. And again, teams aren't going to pick you and lose their job because your dad is a Hall of Fame quarterback. So, fair play. But it's also a case of as I said, Gray Zabel was a lock at 13. Shedeur Sanders was a lock at 21. These locks aren't really locked because you don't know who's going to be the board at pick 13 and pick 21. And I meant to say this earlier, so I'll throw this in now. At the start of January, around the Senior Bowl time, there was talk and a lot of talk of Gray Zabel being, the guy to pick in the second round. Once people actually saw his tape and realized how good he was, there was first round buzz. So again, there's I don't know. I would have preferred Gray Zabel over Kenneth Grant. Neither of them are going to be in the second round. So it's kind of like you pick one now, the other one you kind of miss out on. But it's a case of I don't think I'll double check. But how early did we go defensive line in any of our mock drafts?
We went defensive line at 48 with Omar Norman before. We didn't go defensive line in the first round.
I've got us going Omar Norman Lott at pick 98.
Oh, I thought it was 48. That's even better.
Oh, we went Tyreek Williams at pick 48.
Oh, Tyreek. Oh, I like Tyreek.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, Kadeem? Like, we could have got a Tyreek a little later.
Okay, but that's in the mock draft we did. If I'm being,
I mean, he's not selected yet.
Yeah, but the second one hasn't started yet. There's nothing guaranteeing that Tyreek Williams will be there when the Dolphins pick up pick 48. You would hope, but unless you move up to pick 22, then there's no guarantee you're going to get him. So, and again, I totally get it. I think my overall point with that is more. It's easy to say in mocks, or this guy is going to be here in round 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, you just don't know it because a team is always going to do something stupid.
Chargers are going to go offense here. Chargers are on the clock. Minute left on the clock. They're going offense.
Chargers, Green Bay, and Minnesota, the next 3 teams up on the clock.
It's Will Johnson to Green Bay.
Yeah, potentially. But then again, it's depending on how bad that knee injury is. Yeah, we'll see. So, John Gruden said on the Dolphins selecting Kenneth Grant, this might have been my favorite player in the whole draft. He can move. He's a great football player. Charlie, everyone likes this pick.
Everybody.
It's amazing.
Everybody.
Genuinely, and I do mean genuinely. I think, I know I said, there's players that Dolphins Twitter would, unanimously get behind, and that was Gray Zabel. I did not think he was going to be a defensive tackle. Yo,
in the first round, 13 overall.
Listen,
to be fair, 13 overall, we hit on 13 overall, bro. We've hit on 13 overall before, like multiple times. Laramie Tunsil, Christian Wilkins. We've hit on 13 overall.
Yeah. Charlie, you announced a giveaway earlier. Let everyone know what a giveaway is for people who may have just only arrived in the chat.
The giveaway was, the giveaway was over or under 2.5 more trades in the first round. We had one trade at 2 overall, and that's when you could have caught the line, the 2.5 line. That line isn't looking too good for anyone who took the over, but it's still time. That under is looking real juicy right now. I should pop up with another one and put the half up there. Is it over under a half? I don't know if we're gonna do that, but that's how Vegas does it.
If you're enjoying the content so far and you're new, or even if you're enjoying it and you've been here for a few years, and you like the hat, the Go Time Dolphins trucker, the orange Go Time Dolphins trucker, if you would like one for a chance to win one, join us over on Patreon. Sign up to Patreon over the next, 2 nights now. Tonight, Friday night, Saturday night. Sign up to our Patreon, Go Time Dolphins, and enter the chance to win a orange trucker for new Patreons only. Existing Patreons, you already have your hat. But yeah, if you want a orange trucker, or the chance to win an orange trucker, then sign up to our Patreon. Go patreon.com/Go Time Dolphins for a chance to win.
Marcus Golden is going to go to the Texans.
You think?
Kadeem
So-
just tipped the pick. Oh, okay.
I did.
I was about to say Omarion Hampton to the Chargers. Sorry, Najee Harris, your fantasy football life is finished.
Right. So on my screen, it's looking at the Chargers off-season moves. So I was looking at who they picked up. I saw Najee Harris. So when you said that, who's going to be a Charger? Who did you say it was?
Omarion Hampton, 2/24.
No. Who did you say prior to that? You said someone was going to be a Charger, and
I said Marcus Golden's going to be.
So yeah. It's only because I was genuinely asking.
Yeah.
So yeah. So. Oh, sorry. There's. Nah. Interesting. I'm trying to find anyone on social media
Who doesn't like the Dolphins pick?
Yeah. This is amazing.
Let me get on social media right now so Kadeem can find someone who doesn't like the pick. Let's do it. I'll give you something. I'll give you somebody. I'm jumping on right now. And I would be the lone ranger out here saying, I don't like it.
We're going to need to get some people on the podcast to tell us why it's a good pick. Because, yeah. So, yeah, Martin Hampton is a pick for the Chargers. That's what 2 running backs gone, but only 1 corner and no safety. JML says, I can't quit before you guys. I'm here for it. JML, I'll be totally honest. The moment the Eagles are on the board and the Dolphins aren't trading back up, yeah, I'm going to my bed. I'm leaving my house tomorrow so it's currently 3:37 a.m. in the morning. I'm leaving my house at about 8 a.m. So if I'm lucky, I will get 3 hours sleep. If I'm lucky.
Then I told you, bro. I told you, like we could cash out right now.
No. Hey, it's for the fans, by the fans. And also, and again, we had the discussion before we even went live, like weeks ago. Even if I missed this and you were by yourself or you got someone else, I'd be awake. At least up until pick 13, and then I'd have it on just to see who the Dolphins take. So, no. I'd probably, like I said, it might be a case where we get to pick 30. I'm like, you know what? Yep, I'm going to call it quits. But no, for the next, I'll give it 20 minutes. And then I'll see where we're looking. As I drop you all. Apologies. Yeah, it's the things we do. That doesn't make sense. Charlie, did you find anyone who doesn't like the pick on social media?
Yeah, go to @Charlie_Touche. He said, I don't like going DT at 13, but let's see how it plays out. Just so I can keep it. You feel me? Like, I can't be all out here screaming on social media when I like something and then super quiet when I don't like it and then come out like a hermit crab like, I knew I didn't like that pick. Nah, bro. When I don't like it, I say I don't like it. And I don't like it. So here we are.
Shout out to Eric Smith, Coach Smith over on Twitter. He said, the further we get away from 13, the more I like the Grant pick. I thought there would be several players that I had ranked similarly and thought they would be at 48, but some of them have gone during this first round interior defensive line run. So credit to Gray for being at the front of the run.
I'm glad we didn't go Nolan though.
Yeah. Although I do think so. If I am correct, and let me not put When did I last speak to you? So Thomas Valentine from PFF messaged me on Wednesday and said he wanted the Dolphins to take Derek Harmon at
Mhm.
13.
Yep.
And his defensive tackle rankings were Harmon, Nolan, Graham, and Grant. So we had Kenneth Grant as the 4th defensive tackle in the class.
According
So
to Thomas Valentine.
yeah.
Where did Charlie have him? Charlie Wilson?
So Charlie Wilson had him on his big board at second round. Kenneth Grant, second round.
Third D tackle overall.
Yeah. It's interesting. But this is something that was kind of doing the rounds in draft circles, kind of made its way to social media and stuff like that. That there was a lot of teams who kind of felt that the guy who you could take at 10th overall may not necessarily better be the guy taken at 32nd overall, and that again there wasn't much depth in this class. Lewis Riddick, who is it fair to say is a guy a lot of Dolphins media want to be the next GM? Or Dolphins social media? Sorry.
I don't know if the next GM. I know they like him because he supports Tua.
Yeah, that's fair. He said Kenneth Grant's ceiling is Dexter Lawrence. A scary time for this defense. He said he's hard to move with one-on-one blocks and is solid at holding ground against double teams. Has a strong and sturdy base. Quick to recognize down blocks to avoid getting washed inside. Has a nice swim move / arm over to defeat or escape blocks against a run, and is it win as a pass rusher. I'm still shocked.
I gotta take this 1 second.
No worries. Shout out to JML. He says, "You guys usually go live during the family hours that I declared non-negotiable. Earlier on, you guys are more during work hours Eastern. I never miss a show, but life is tricky and that's why is late. Yeah, it's a lot of it comes down to work hours, and just the way our schedules line up. I think more often than not, we'll be going at 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UK time, just kind of how, just how things work out. I don't know if Charlie can hear me. Nick Saban said, I don't ever remember in all the time that I coached playing against two more dominating inside than when we played Michigan with number 55 and 78, which was Graham and Grant. I mean, these two guys are really, really good. You're talking about power, you're talking about athleticism, you're talking about guys who play hard and compete well. And yeah, it could be a case where, some people might be like, well, was Grant a product of Graham? Was Graham a product of Grant? But like you said, Charlie, Grant's going to have Zach Sealer alongside him as well now. So, listen, it's like we said, it's not a sexy pick. It's not a pick which we're going to absolutely love. We don't necessarily like it. But it's a pick, and I'll speak for myself. I'm behind the player. I want him to do well. I want him to become an absolute stud so we can look back and go, hey, you guys were salty for no reason. But yeah. Charlie is
No, I'm here.
Yes.
We're good. We're good.
No.
We're good. Oh my goodness.
What's that?
The host of the draft, Green Bay Packers, are on the clock. The Green Bay Packers are about to select 23rd overall. We only got a couple more picks left.
This could be Will Johnson, like he said. If you're Miami, so Jason Sarney tweeted this. Could you see Miami moving back into the first pick 32 to take Will Johnson and getting that fifth official option?
I'll say no because we don't have the capital. Like, if you're going D tackle, I imagine you're saving all. If you're going D tackle at 13 overall, I imagine you're saving all the rest of your capital to fill needs, which is cool. But I don't think you're packaging the trade up for anything right now.
Yeah, and I also think the Eagles have so many picks that I don't think they need to trade back and acquire more. Like they're kind of good where they are. So yeah, we'll see. I definitely think I know for a fact I'm definitely gonna go back and watch a lot more Kenneth Grant tape, kind of see kind of see what everyone loves about him.
The Green Bay Packers select Touche's. Well, he's not Touche's 24, but Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, dead in fantasy football. Canceled out 2 people just like that. That's crazy. This is bad. This is a bad day right here, bro. This is bad.
Give us your thoughts and feelings on Matthew Golden to Green Bay.
I like it in real life. I like it for Green Bay. They have a whole bunch of young talent. What's the dog name that can't stay healthy that I don't like? He was wide receiver 1, Watson. You know what I'm saying?
Watson, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, nah, he's not even that dude. Matthew Golden's gonna work his way to become the one. He's not gonna be rookie of the year. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of receiving core that you would hope a young quarterback could have, like Jordan Love. Like, yo, you don't have to have everything. Like everyone was saying, oh, why you gotta have the best receivers? I'm like, yo, I don't need the best receivers. I'm glad we got Waddle and Tyreek. I don't need that. But yo, I would be happy with what Jordan Love has. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of good, talented receiver, young receiving core. Matthew Golden is going to be the one within a year and a half. The undeniable number 1. Happy for that boy. And to be fair, Miami is a different type of city than Green Bay. He might flourish in Green Bay, and he might wither in Miami because of the city. So it's cool.
You thought he'd be going to the Texans at pick 25. We are at pick 24, and we currently still only have 1 trade in the first round.
But whoever took that under, y'all feeling real good. And the Patreons. I think I see more overs than unders.
I've only got 1 person taking the over at the moment.
Oh, really?
And that was JML.
Oh, when I seen it come in, I thought, oh, well, JML's full of GTD riches. You know what I'm saying? You can spread it up a little bit.
We'll speak about it off air. I've got a question for you. I'm double checking. So FA has under, got that. JML said over, got that. Rob took the under, got that. Hannah Montana took the over. Yeah, unlucky. And yeah, that was it. So plus the patrons as well.
Bro, they just gave Matthew Golden the microphone at the draft to speak to the crowd because it's in Green Bay. Boy, that could have went super bad. I ain't never seen that happen before.
100%. Shout out to the Bengals International Fan of the Year. If you win that prestigious award, you get to announce a pick at the NFL draft. But unfortunately, he tweeted yesterday that he had a family emergency and can no longer make the pick at the draft. So shout out to the Bengals International Fan of the Year. Just never a nice thing to miss out on an opportunity like that because of a family emergency.
I hope everything's straight.
Yeah, I said to Hannah, and Friday, I'm a married man of 2 kids. There's not a single person or a single thing that can make me miss made a pick for the Dolphins. And she laughed and she's like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm not missing that pick. No, there's no, I don't care who or what it is. I ain't missing that pick. Like,
you just had Micah. You just had your son. You was gonna miss your son's birth to make the pick for the Miami Dolphins.
Charlie, 1,000,000%. It's not even. I wouldn't even have to think about. No, I think about it to have like, oh, what do I do? I already know what I'm gonna do. Charlie, there's not a single thing I'm gonna. I'm telling you now, Charlie. I promise you. You know, they're gonna be a serious family medical emergency. Oh well, like I'll FaceTime you. Like I'll shout you out on stage. Shout out to Thomas who's going through it. You know, I'll be back in a few days. That's what
you're gonna say, shout out to my wife, Hannah. You know what I'm saying? She just had my newborn, and I missed the birth to be here with the Miami Dolphin fans up. Y'all, we making the pick. Kenneth Grant is the pick.
Hey, I'll be first hand. I'll say first hand. The Dolphins aren't even there. And the thing is, Kenneth Grant wouldn't be the pick. The pick would be Grace Dable. I get the card. I get the card. I'm like, with the 13th overall pick, Miami Dolphins select Grace Dable. And I'm gone. And then I'll be like, that's not what the card says. I'm like, that's what I said. The card, I can't read it. Don't want to mess around and give me that. I'm picking Grace Dable. Like,
bro, Donovan Jackson to the Minnesota Vikings at 24.
Interesting. Someone who what were the chances of him being there in the second round? And I guess it could have been, but Donovan Jackson, second round. What say you, Charlie?
Giants are trading up. Giants are traded up to the 25th pick overall with Houston. Houston traded back. Houston was one of the teams that tried to trade back. Miami tried to trade back. You know what's crazy? This means Miami did try to trade back, and they tried to probably hit them on the head for the 13th pick, and they settled for the 25th pick.
So Charlie, I can do it. Give me 2 secs. Because I think you deserve your flowers on this one. Who just went, Charlie?
Giants are trading up. They didn't say who he picked yet. Who they picked?
But the pick before that. Who did the
Donovan Jackson, Minnesota?
Say his name correctly, Charlie.
Touche 24, Donovan Jackson.
Touche 24. Donovan Jackson. Is that the first Touche 24 of?
Technically, I had to take him off the final edit because I felt like he could have went in the first round.
Oh, do I have the wrong one up then?
So he'll be the honorary Touche 24 Donovan Jackson, but I had to take him off because I thought there was a chance he went in the first round, and he ended up going 24th overall. See, I keep it honest, Kadeem. Like, it's not supposed to be any first round picks.
When did you take him off?
Oh, on 2.0.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I have them named differently. So 14. Okay, yeah, no worries. So yeah, former Touche 24 Donovan Jackson.
He's honorary. We can say honorary Touche.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna check my phone quickly because I've got a friend who's a Giants fan, and I want to see if he's crashing out right now. But yeah, he's about to. So I'm just going to message him to make sure he knows. So that is the first trade since your giveaway. So we need 2 more trades if you've taken the over.
Ooh, yeah, if you took the over, start. Yeah, you might be in there a little bit. LB says, sources says Giants moving up for Shador. Sherrod Steve just hit my phone and said, I say this is Jackson Dart, not Shador.
I think it's Jackson Dart.
And I responded to Sherrod Steve and I said, I don't know. I put 1 and a whole bunch of zeros. It was supposed to be like 100,000%. So it could be 1,000,000. I don't know how many zeros I put, but I think this is Jackson Dart as well. We're about to find out. Someone has to be wrong. But
So-
if you think about Brian Daboll, and he was the one who molded Josh Allen. Jackson Dart has some Josh Allen in him. A lot of Josh Allen in him, actually. He's just not as big as Josh Allen. And he's a better passer than Josh Allen. So go figure.
So the Texans give up pick 25, sorry, and they get pick 34, pick 99, and a third round pick in 2026.
Bro, you wouldn't have did that for the 13th overall?
No.
All right, let's think about this for a second. Let's think about this. Texans get 25. No, I'm sorry. 24. I'm sorry, one more time.
25.
Texans receive 34, 99, and a third round pick in 2026.
For pick 13.
For pick, yeah. For
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
13. Right. No, you wouldn't do it. You don't do that.
No, I don't
don't.
know. Like for pick 25, yeah, cool, fair enough. Like, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. If the pick is Kenneth Grant, I still might. Let me stop, bro.
I told you, Charlie, the pick would have been Gray Zabel because you messed around and you give me the pick. I forgot the Giants went Russell Wilson as well. But Russell Wilson must be vexed right now. Right. But also, he should have seen it coming, surely.
Bro, well, you the one who threw the pick at the 1 yard line, Russell Wilson, in the Super Bowl. Whose fault is that? If you didn't throw that pick, you'd be a 2-time Super Bowl champion. You wouldn't have to go through this. You heard what Justin Fields said last year. If I would have played better, this wouldn't be happening. And so this falls on me. Hey, Russ, take a book out of your protege's page. If you would play better, you wouldn't have Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston coming up behind you. No diddy.
I think I found someone on social media outside of you who doesn't like the pick.
Who we got?
At Hollywood Kev. So he's got a gif of a woman in a car screaming, and he tweeted, "Going into the season with Storm Duck and Cam Smith, and we draft a defensive tackle."
That's not what I would go with because this helps your DBs.
Waddle Muse tweeted, "I don't get it. Dolphin fans were begging for help stopping the run with a defensive tackle, and they don't like this pick. What are we doing?" My thing is, you don't take a defensive tackle at 13 to stop the run. Me personally. But what do I know? I'm just a guy from the UK. So yeah.
Jackson Dart, New York Giant. Falcons are moving back into the first round.
Falcons.
Falcons have traded the Rams to move back into the first round. Who are the Falcons trading back into the first round for?
I don't know, but you only need now one more. If you've got it over, you only need one more.
Yo, hey boy, we're at the over cooking right now, boy.
Just like that.
Over, you are back in the game. If you took the over 2.5 trades at the second pick of the draft, you are cooking right now. Dang, JML about to get lucky again. Oh. That's crazy, bro. You can't start Jackson Dart over Russell Wilson, though.
Surely you're sitting for the year.
Yeah, the entire year. You Patrick Mahomes' dude.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you got someone well put together, Super Bowl champion Russell Wilson to learn from. And then you have the gunslinger of all gunslingers who went 30 for 30 in Jameis Winston. You can learn the best of both worlds and then come in and do your own thing, mix them both together. Shout out to Jackson Dart. He's going to be something because of this. Like if he would have went top 10, ain't no telling. But I'm glad he's going to land on his feet. Yeah, he's going to be nice. It might have just saved Brian Daboll's job and Joe Shane's job because them boys is on thin ice giving away Super Bowl champion Saquon Barkley.
So I just want to confirm something that I just saw on my group chats because there's no way. Actually, there is a way that happens. My ears are hurting as well. Ears are hurting. No, yo, why my computer being stupid right now? Okay, I just want to see what apparently the Eagles 10 minutes ago were trying to trade up, which is interesting. I'm trying to find the details of the Falcons trade because apparently the Falcons gave up a first. Wow. Falcons trade pick 46, pick 242, and a first rounder in 2026 for the Rams pick 26 and 101. So the Falcons gave up a second and a first rounder next year. What do you think of that, Charlie?
That's a lot. I hope y'all like what y'all about to get, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Also, let me make sure the person is correct because this person nearly cost. Yeah, New York Giants GM Joseph Schoen, his son posted on Instagram yesterday a highlight reel of Jackson Dart and then had to make his Instagram private. So, dude, you nearly, if someone took Jackson Dart before the Giants, could you imagine? Would have been funny, but yeah. So the Falcons move up. Who do the Falcons take with this pick? Who'd you move up for?
Matthew Golden was on the board. I would say Matthew Golden. Dang, who do you trade a future first for, bro? That you couldn't wait, that you couldn't like go around. Boy, Falcons, boy, y'all acting right now.
Because it can't be a quarterback.
No, it's not a quarterback.
But it's like you traded back into the first.
It's not a receiver either. They ain't no first round receivers no more.
There's no way you traded up for Will Johnson.
Touche's 24, James Pierce Jr. My bad. Touche's 24, James Pierce Jr. Shout out to them boys. Traded a future first for my dog. Sheesh.
So, James Pierce Jr., Charlie, tell the fans who and what the Falcons just got.
James Pierce Jr., Touche's 24, Tennessee edge. He was my second favorite edge rusher in the draft behind Abdul Carter, who went third overall. So the Falcons traded a second in this year's draft, seventh. What was that? Did I say seventh?
Pick 242. So I think so.
Yeah. So a second, a seventh, and next year's first. He's Touche's 24, bro. But dang, bro, next year. But they received the 26 overall, and they still get a third this year. So it's not completely bollocks. You know what I'm saying? Like they got some compensation back. Hey, James Pierce Jr. is about to make me happy. I like it. I don't know about that first though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But shout out to James Pierce Jr. Like, bro, dude is just he is if the Dolphins went James Pierce Jr. at 13 overall, I would not be mad at it. Like, oh, why we need edge? Why we need edge? We're not gonna have no edge. Hey, he replaces Jalen Phillips the day he steps in the building. Jalen Phillips could get I don't want to say that, but you know what I'm saying? Like Bradley Chubbs won't be under contract, Phillips won't be under contract. It would be James Pierce Jr. and Chop Robinson, and everyone would have blew a head gasket because we went edge. But this dude is Greg Russo on juice. Hopefully he's not on juice. I like
Micah Parsons was visibly upset when McMillan was taken off the board because apparently that's supposed to be the Cowboys pick.
Where he go? Carolina?
Yeah, pick number 8.
Bro, let's get back to Jackson Dart. Joe Shane's son tweeting Jackson Dart highlights and tipping picks.
This guy nearly. Oh boy, that's why sometimes don't tell your family everything. Like, yo, you have one job.
Now he owed him that because he told him to trade up for Jaden Daniels on Hard Knocks. Hey, trade up for Jaden Daniels. You only get to do this once, Dad.
Yeah,
that's what he said, bro. So he get the hey Dad, who's the pick? I need to know because you blew it last year. Like straight up.
But then to tip the pick as well, and to potentially lose out on him.
Yeah, he's a child. That's when you go back to him being a child. Like, yo, you gotta do better.
Ravens are on the clock. Ravens are gonna go either safety or linebacker, and then I'm gonna go. That's the most Ravens. Like, no matter who the Ravens pick right now, is the most Ravens pick. I'll say it for now. No matter who the Ravens pick, it's the most Ravens pick.
It's gonna be Nick Eamon-Warren.
I think it'll be Jihad Campbell. Like, either way, it's going to be the most Ravens pick. And as what all the analysts are going to say, it's the most Ravens pick. He plays like a Raven, all this kind of stuff. Like, they could have gone Kenneth Grant, the most Ravens pick. He plays like a Raven.
One of these boys is going to make the second round. Malachi Starks or Nick Eamon-Warren is going to make the second round. That over might hit.
So we need one more trade, right?
One more trade and the over hits. But this is how they do it in Vegas. You like, I took the over. I need one more, and then you don't get it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Bad beats. Dang, this draft kind of amped up, didn't it, Kadeem? We would have missed out on this. What?
If you feel the Dolphins, like you still took Kenneth Grant. Yeah. Yo, we need to get some of these Kenneth Grant lovers, no Diddy, to come on the pods over the next few weeks. Also, I'm off for 2 weeks now. I'm on paternity leave, so just saying. Don't know if you can hear that. I can hear Micah crying. 4 a.m. Dude, sleep, man. I know you're a newborn, but sleep.
Bro, how wrong? Jerry Jones is in the headline saying, "Oh, we got 2 massive trades we're gonna do. We're working on." Yeah, all right. It'll be pretty dope for Kadeem to drop a son named Micah, and then Micah Parsons gets traded to the Dolphins.
Hannah would hate it. Hannah would hate it because I was pushing for Jalen. I was like, "Yo, can we call him?" I was like pushing for Jalen for a boy. Jalen for a boy.
Jalen.
Yeah.
So he was gonna be like the 5th Jalen on Miami.
And then if it was a girl, Tia. And Tia, Tia. And she saw through that immediately. That one didn't even get on the ground. That one, she saw through, but no one, she liked it. She liked it, but she was like, I know exactly what you're doing. I was like, hey, I'm shameless. I am 100% shameless. Charlie, if I had a girl, I'm going to call her Tia.
Yo, if you would have named your daughter Tia, bro, I would have been on the first thing smoking. Like, I got to be the first one to hold her. Like, not even Hannah. Like, Hannah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I went to Tia. Tia or Jalen. But we've got a Micah. Yeah.
Wow.
Kenneth Grant said, I think in great. It's a similar scheme to my previous school. Some things were a little different. I think I can wreak havoc in the backfield. Dude, you best wreak havoc in the backfield.
Man, I
You'll be
just
taking-
need dude not to come out and say nothing that I'm not gonna like, bro. Like I don't need him to come out and say, yeah, I don't even know what team's in which division. Do you know who said that, Kadeem? It was a Miami Dolphins draft pick. Ryan Tannehill, bro. The quarterback of your team said, oh, I don't even know what teams are in which division. What? Come on, bruh. You don't even know who's in what conference, who's in what division? Nah, bruh, you not no football player. So I'm gonna need Kenny Grant to not say nothing crazy like that. The Ravens are on the clock. Pick is in. Let's see who they go. Malachi Starks. I read his lips. Malachi Starks.
A Raven. The guy is. We called it. It was going to be a safety or linebacker, and everyone's going to, Carl Hamilton and Malachi Starks.
That works, bro. That works. Keep the pass.
Like, yeah. Can't hate it. Can't hate it. I can't hate it. Shout out to Miami Sports Vibes, who tweeted 14 hours ago. Another guy that I hope makes it to Miami if we don't go cornerback is this stud right here. Kenneth Grant is a dude. Yo, everyone loved the Kenneth. This is 14 hours ago.
I'm not gonna lie, Kadeem. I'll find it, but I had a mock where I took Kenneth Grant to the Dolphins a long time ago. And then I thought better of it and never mocked him to the Dolphins again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bro, like slick, you tripping. Like we could do D tackle later. So I'm not, like I said, it's not him. It's just like, man, bro. I'll see if I can find that mock too. See what I didn't do, Kadeem, was say, oh, I mocked Kenneth Grant to the Dolphins, and look what I did. You know what I'm saying? Nah. And then screenshot the date. Like, look, I said, nah, I didn't do none of that because I thought better of it.
Crazy. RG3 says Kenneth Grant is 331 pounds of pure power. He stops the run, pushes the pocket, and gets his hands on the ball with the most pass breakups by defensive linemen in Michigan history. It's not a sexy pick, but in December, February, he will help the Dolphins tremendously. Can we get to February? Can the Dolphins get to February? Nah. I tried my phone for tomorrow as well. Yeah. We are 4 picks away from the end of the first round. Lions are on the board.
Lions are on the clock.
It's on the clock, yeah. Apologies.
Dang, this could have been. Oh, this is gonna be a 2-6-24 pick.
You think?
Yes. This is gonna be a 2-6-24 pick. Lions are on the clock. They're not going James Pierce because he's gone. They're gonna go Donovan Ezeraku and put him on the opposite side of Hutchinson.
What Mike Green?
They could go Mike Green too, but Mike Green has allegedly he has some off the field issues that people should look up. Not sure how valid it is, but there was concern that he could slide because of his off the field potential
issues,
things. Allegations. There you go. That's it right there. Crazy, because that being said, if he makes it to the Dolphins, that should be the pick. It should though. Like, are we not drafting football players or what? I just need to know. Like, I'm just drafting football players. That's it. Just drafting football players.
JMO says, I told you guys that Ross had McDaniel in a headlock for Michigan.
Hey,
It wasn't,
JML.
but it wasn't a
JML.
corner.
Hey, that over might hit, JML. Over might hit, but I ain't gonna lie. Like, you still locked in. You know what I'm saying? But crazy.
What's interesting, and he might not even be there in 4 picks, let alone 48, 28 in 20 picks. Jade Bavin could be someone that Dolphins move up early in the second round, try and go and get.
He went already.
So, Will Johnson, apologies, sorry. Will Johnson, yeah, Jade Bavin did go.
No, I'm not trying to trade up for Will Johnson. If the medicals is that absurd. I thought I seen him walk with a limp, bro. Like, that's like, whoa, I don't know, bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I would take Will Johnson if I'm on the record. Will Johnson gets in striking distance, I'll go get him.
Yeah.
Because now it's the second round. He falls to 38. Yeah, you gotta do that.
Okay, but then
matter of fact, this might be Will Johnson right here to the Lions.
It's pick 34. And he's not, I don't know if he is the pick, but I'm saying in this scenario, he's not the pick at pick 28. Pick 34, Will Johnson is on the board. But so is Jonas Savanaia.
No. I can't take a questionable Will Johnson injury if Jonas Savanaia is on the board.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not Will Johnson. Tyleik Williams. I'm just saying.
But as I said to you, there's no guarantee that Tyleik Williams is there at pick 48.
Correction. I said Detroit was taking 2 shades 24. I just had the wrong 2 shades 24.
You did.
Tyleik Williams. They went Tyleik Williams.
Fair. You called your shot, swish. But like I said, the whole Tyleik Williams could be there at 48, or will be there at 48. 28, he's gone.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Tyleik Williams more than Kenneth Grant. Like, look at this dude, bro.
When you get Kenneth Grant on when you meet Kenneth Grant in Spain, I'm there for that conversation.
If Tyleik Williams has a better career than Kenneth Grant, I'm gonna be upset. Bro. Oh my goodness, bro. I just need to hit the lotto, bro. I just need to buy a team. I need to just buy a team.
So that 1.5, 2 shades, 24 players gone in the first round? No, 2.5.
2.5. Yep.
2.5, yeah.
And now Shedeur Sanders' face cannot be seen on TV. The fall is real.
Unless someone moves up for him.
29, 30, 31, and 32, which is, it's the thing to do. 5th-year option, get that 5th-year option on the quarterback and protect your interests. Let them sit for a little bit. Who's trading up? The Browns? They got capital.
Yeah, Browns could.
The Browns. The Raiders.
Raiders could.
Here's my thing. The Raiders passed them, and Tom Brady trained them. And now, if they pass them twice, you don't need to know anything else about Shedeur Sanders if the Raiders passed him twice and Tom Brady was his trainer. That's it. I'm out on Shedeur Sanders if Tom Brady passed him twice. And y'all say Tom Brady is this and that. Nah, I'm good.
Here's one for you, Charlie.
Hey, help me out, JML.
Simon Clancy said the Falcons spent 2 firsts on James Pierce, one of the most overrated players in this draft, in his opinion.
Cool story, bro. So remember I told you what's the dog from Locked On Dolphins? Kyle Krabs.
Yes.
Kyle Krabs said he's like Charles Harris, and he didn't like James Pierce. He's like Charles Harris. We about to find out. Somebody got to be wrong. And we should try to get Kyle Krabs on the podcast.
We should.
Go for it?
Don't see why not. Can only ask.
Bro, here's the teams in the second. This is the order of the second round. Browns don't need a quarterback. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Browns, they need a quarterback. Texans, Titans, Browns again. Raiders need a quarterback. Patriots, Bears, Saints need a quarterback. Bears, Paper Planes need a quarterback. They have Justin Fields, so San Fran, who knows what's going on there? And then you got Cowboys, Colts, Rams. Boy, this name might turn into what was Willis? What's his name? Malik Willis. Dog might fall to the third round. Shedeur Sanders might fall to the third round. Malik Willis himself out the league and become Jordan Love's backup. All that talk just to be a backup. What's the Dolphins taking about 48? And Chris Gray, we seen good value in the pick, and we just want quality players.
Oh, cool.
Every position gets competition.
You play wide receiver then, yeah? Because again, that's you don't have to like Tua. You don't even have to love him. But let's not pretending that any guy in the draft is going to come and take his place. Like for some people, it wouldn't be a competition. Shedeur Sanders is one of those people. It wouldn't be a competition, but it is what it is.
But I need hold on, let me send this text.
What did that say?
1 second.
Okay, no worries. So if you're still rocking with us over on YouTube, it is greatly appreciated. Be it watching us in the live, watching us after the fact. If you're on Twitter as well, hope you have enjoyed the last 3 hours and 18 minutes and counting. Washington are on the clock. Washington have picked. Didn't think so. But yeah, let us know what you think about the Kenneth Grant pick. Everyone seems to love it, apart from myself and Charlie. I think Charlie dislikes it more than myself, but for the most part, I think we are one of very few
platforms. Josh Connolly Jr., Washington tackle. They got Laremy Tunsil though at left tackle. John Connolly Jr. is a left tackle as well. Interesting. Somebody got to switch over.
I would assume it's going to be Connolly.
Dang.
But
which is funny because he took left tackle from a 2-24 Johnny Cornelius. So Johnny Cornelius had to play right tackle.
A lot of trenches picks. A lot of teams have gone trenches in the first round. I will try and find the a full list, but I'm looking at the scrolling ticker at the bottom.
Oh my goodness! If Buffalo goes Mike Green, I'm gonna be hot. I'm not gonna like that, bro. And then Josh Connolly and Mike Green could go one pick away from each other, like bum bum, because they're in that viral video.
Buffalo. What do Buffalo need?
I don't believe in Buffalo going offense because I don't believe in Josh Allen like that. Yeah, he's cool. He's a dude. He's cool. But like I said, you give him Tyreek Hill. I'm not going to, Tyreek's going to kill us because he got Josh Allen. He don't do that. That's not Josh Allen. Josh Allen's still going to end up running the ball, not getting the ball to his receivers. That's why Diggs wanted out. Like, come on now. Like, Josh Allen is not a passer. He could win. Cool. That's cool. But he's not a passer that you have to worry about.
Reason tweeted, Josh Connolly Jr. being taken before Josh Simmons should tell you how much teams are worried about the patellar tendon injury. Do you agree with that?
Say that again.
So Reason said, or tweeted, I should say, Josh Connolly Jr. being taken before Josh Simmons should tell you how much teams are worried about that patellar tendon injury.
Yeah, sure. Of course. That's obvious. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an indictment that, oh, he fell out the first. Like, it's a patella injury that was very recent. You want to spend more certainty on a first round pick, and they went with Josh Connolly Jr. So that answered itself.
Yeah. David Fisher on Twitter, speaking to you, Charlie, said, "You don't know bull if you think the Dolphins picking a stud was a bad pick."
Did he actually I would have had it like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I would have had it, I'm here for it. You know, hey, bro, you know how I feel about putting stuff on social media. If you willingly put something on social media for the public to consume, then they have a right to criticize it. And I would have been here for it. Like, yo, let me defend my take.
Crazy.
Let's see who I get to hate on in Buffalo today. I hope they take Kenneth Grant.
What, you hope Kenneth Grant demands a trade to Buffalo immediately?
You know, that was funny when the Dolphins traded for, what was our boy name? The
Raiders guy.
Yeah, he came from the Raiders and he was a joker. Played.
I asked that question the other day because
you got it right. And you got it right.
No, I got it wrong.
No, you didn't. You got it right. Yeah, and he was like a third round pick, and we traded for him before the season even started.
Was it Malcolm Perry?
No. Malcolm Perry was the one I said that I lined up for you, and you got that wrong.
Oh,
it was the I know who it was.
Who?
Isn't it Bolden Jr.? Lynn
Bolden Jr. Yeah. Come on, Buffalo. I want to go to my bed, man. Speed this up.
3 more picks.
Yeah. 3 more picks.
Jackson Dart is a giant. Makes all the sense.
This is where, and I was gonna say this is where you should know exactly who you're gonna get, but teams will be calling, hey, can we move up? And if you're Buffalo right now, yeah, why not? You know, don't do that. Yeah, you know, this is prime. This is prime move up, get a 5th-year option, and kind of go from there. So fair play to Jason Sarney, tweeted 11 hours ago, I want a Michigan defensive tackle in the 1st round for the Dolphins. I guess he got what he asked for.
That's hedging, bro. I want a that's hedging, bro. He hedged.
Well, we got you mentioned it. Rapshi mentioned it. Commanders traded for Laramie Tunsil and took a 1st round left tackle, which is a bit, but it is what it is. So we have 3 picks left. The pick is in for Buffalo on my screen. I won't say who it is.
Maxwell Harrison.
Yeah.
Cornerback. Maxwell Harrison.
So, interesting. I think if that's what I think it is, and I don't want to put his name out there and ruin what could be a great night for him. A lot of first round bars.
What you mean?
Let's just say so. There was a corner. I think it might have been him.
Kansas City traded Philly. Philly's on the clock. 1 pick back. Kansas City moved 1 pick back, and Philly moved 1 pick up. Now Philly is on the clock.
That's interesting. So yeah, there was a corner who Dolphins Twitter liked for, or someone was really hyping up for the Dolphins to draft.
Amos?
I don't know, but the person had some allegations against his name, and I was like, oh, maybe not. And I thought it was him, but yeah, I'm not gonna put it out there because I could be totally wrong. But so the Eagles trade up 1 spot. Could this be Will Johnson? I feel like didn't.
No. They went 2 corners last year and then won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah.
Dang, Will Johnson's going to the second round. Who else going to the second round?
Potentially Mike Green. Potentially, obviously.
Well, if the Eagles take him, like the Eagles would do, like with that raw defense that they got, that'll be ridiculous. So
no, didn't Harry? No, was it domestic violence? Harry Rodman said he doesn't. If a player's got domestic violence allegations, he doesn't even bother scouting them.
I didn't know he said that.
I will double check. There were definitely a position group where he was just like, sorry, a allegation. So Eagles trade pick 32 and I think 164. Yeah, fair play. That's old. So let's try and find it. Yeah, Harry Roseman won't even touch players with a history of violence against women. So yeah, so he doesn't even scout them. So let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, they took Quinion Mitchell last year. So yeah,
and they took White Chocolate from Iowa.
Yeah.
Gene. Cooper
DeJean. But another trade.
Oh, the over hit. JML hit the over with 1 pick left. What? Oh my goodness. What a bad beat. What a Hail Mary. The over was set at 2.5 at the 2nd pick overall, and JML hit the over. Wow.
And one other person as well.
Wow.
Charlie, who was the other person to hit the over?
Hannah Montana.
The game of Hannah Montana.
Impressive.
Fair play. That was a great stretch. Apologies. So, come on, Eagles, you've moved up. Make the pick.
You feel me? You moved up for a reason. What did you move up for?
Yeah. Who did you feel that the Chiefs might take?
No. I don't think it's like because you.
Of course,
yeah. If they traded the Chiefs, it's because they didn't want the Chiefs to trade it to someone else. That's how I look at it.
That is a great name. Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Hannah Montana. JML coined the phrase, coined the name.
Let's see.
I cannot believe. No, this is the NFL just wanting to go to commercial. That's what it is. Pick is already in.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, because the Eagles, they've moved up for someone. It's okay. We've got the trade. Boom, here it is.
Will Johnson on the board. Jihad Campbell, Mike Green, Josh Simmons. Could be Josh Simmons. Nick Imanwari, Donovan Ezeraku. 2/24, Donovan Ezeraku. You're not going Trayvon Henderson. Oh, the Chiefs could go running back.
But
Chiefs could go O-line too.
Watch him go Jonas Savanayo.
Chiefs could go tight end too. Yeah, I would hate that if the Chiefs went Jonas Savanayo, bro.
Again, we have a lot of picks in the second round, but as of right now, who is your top 3 players you want the Dolphins to take with pick 48?
Pick 48. Let me get Jonas Savanayo. I don't need 2 other picks.
Yeah, probably going to be my
Although this is a football podcast, we're only talking about football purposes. If Mike Green is there, that's crazy. That's super crazy to think, like, dang. And then obviously Will Johnson. So I doubt that they are there. But dang. You better start working the phones to get two of the 3 of them.
Also, shout out to the content creators who went live for the pick and the pick only. Can't last a full 3.5 hours like Go Time Dolphins. You Americans are there at prime time as Hannah comes into the room.
Boy. Does she know if she has the new name?
Do you know you have a new name?
It's not Hannah Montana no more.
It's not Hannah.
What is it?
Hannah Montana.
I'll take that.
She said she'll take that.
Hey, shout out to JML. It's a yes.
So yeah. And also you picked the over and the over hit.
I won.
Oh, you won. You kind of won.
Yes.
Tall pod. Charlie, I've seen the Eagles pick.
Jihad Campbell. Jihad Campbell. SEC Eagles.
What do you make of that pick, Charlie?
The Eagles said, "Hey, when you're ready, we'll be ready for you. We got a defense that just won us the Super Bowl. We don't need you right now. We need you when you're ready. Now come play behind these bangers. They got an all SEC team over there."
I saw someone tweet that the Eagles are gonna take GR Campbell and basically said what you said. It's like, when you're ready, come be an all-pro in Philadelphia. So yeah, fair play. Absolute
behind
fair
that
play.
D-line where he doesn't have to do nothing. This is gonna be easy money for this dude.
Jihad Campbell, fair play. Which means
the Chiefs are on the clock. Last pick.
My ears, man. My ears. So my PlayStation restarting. Need to turn my light back on. Too much stuff here in the back. No, did he? Can't find my light switch. This is embarrassing. This is very embarrassing. Light switch. There it is. As I was saying, yeah, Americans have the the draft at prime time and can't go for the full thing. Over here, Go Time Dolphins, regardless of what we got going on the next following day, we are here. We are live. Every
Today.
pick.
We're 17 picks away from the Miami Dolphins' next pick. There's a chance we trade up. Because it doesn't cost as much to trade up in the second round. and there's some things there. They're like, yo, like Mike Green, Josh Simmons, Nick Emanwari, Donovan Ezeraku, Touche's 24, Donovan Ezeraku, Elijah Arroyo, Jared Wilson, Jonas Avenaya.
If you like all of those guys, wouldn't you just wait to see who's hanging around pick 36, pick 37?
Yeah,
Which
you
could
can.
cost you even. Yeah, like
You
obviously, if you love someone, then you go and get them now. But if you have multiple guys, so Charlie, you're the GM. You just named what 6, 7 people, 6, 7 players just there.
Yeah, but we talking about, I don't know, bro. Xavier Watts still on the board. Tate Ratledge. My dog Ozzie Chapilo.
If you want safety,
I get it, but I'm somebody like Mike Green is a first round pick.
Yeah.
Josh Simmons is a first round pick. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you didn't think these boys would be here,
but they're moving
here.
up for a injured offensive lineman is one. Be fair, you're not Chris Greer.
It doesn't cost much though. It's not going to cost that much. Well, we got the pick for the Chiefs,
which means the Dolphins are not picking again the first round. Do they head into overtime very, very quickly?
And the Dolphins are not picking offensive tackle Josh Simmons. He's going to be a Chief to protect Patrick Mahomes.
Is that guaranteed? Is that the pick?
That's the pick.
Fairs. So Josh Simmons. I kind of want to go to Miami. It'd be kind of cool to get a Simmons jersey. I can get it and not do the the Kadeem curse, but yeah. Charlie's getting to overtime very, very quickly so I can go to bed.
Yeah, I know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. 3 hours and 42 minutes with Kadeem Simmons. I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
So Charlie, pick 13, the Miami Dolphins selected Kenneth Grant. You've had a few hours to sit on it. No, did he? You didn't like it when it happened. You still didn't like it after a bit more time to think about it. Before we heading out in there, Kenneth Grant to Miami, what do you think?
I didn't like it. I don't like it. I feel like we had other needs that were higher on the priority list. We have many needs, but we have to prioritize our priorities. And in my opinion, D line is already the strength of the team with Bradley Chubb and Phillips and Chop Robinson and Zach Sealer. I understand trenches win the game. I really do. But I think you could have addressed the trenches on the defensive side of the ball, since it's our strength already, later in the draft, which I wanted a D tackle later in the draft. And I think we took the wrong D tackle. Tyleik Williams was on the board. We could have went Tyleik Williams. And now this is going to be a thing for me for the rest of their careers. Who's better, Tyleik Williams or Kenneth Grant? We're about to find out. What did you think about it? And I got a question for you to close.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I could see why they went there. It was a play it safe pick, but I personally would have gone with a different play it safe pick in Gray Zabel. You know, like I said, I'm behind the player. I wanted to do well. I just think you could have gone with 2 or 3 different players at pick 13, because obviously you didn't and couldn't trade back.
Something promising is Chris Greer has hit on D tackle before. That is very promising. Multiple times, by the way. So you got to give him that. And he's hit at 13 at D tackle before. So I'm cool with that. What are we expecting tomorrow, Kadeem? We're 15 picks away from the Dolphins making their pick at 16 in the second round. What are we looking at?
I'm looking at trenches again, but I'm going offensive line. If you can get Jonas Havanaya, that'd be amazing. But then, like we said, the issue or the interesting thing will be how far does Will Johnson fall before maybe Miami goes, hey, let's go and get him now. So, yeah, I also don't think Jador Sanders goes early second round.
I don't either. I think he makes it past half of the second round.
Yeah.
Over the second round. Over half of the second round.
Pittsburgh don't have a second round pick, so he's not going to Pittsburgh, and they're trying to move back up into the second round. So, interesting to see where Shador goes. But for Miami, if I had my way, I'd go offensive line. And if I can't get an offensive lineman that I like, I'd probably go DB, because you would hope that Nick Imanwari, Andrew Makuba, who's the other safety? Xavier Watts.
Xavier Watts.
The safety's hopefully on the board. There's offensive lineman, but you just can't get the pick wrong. If you're going to go another meat and potatoes pick, fair enough, but just don't get it wrong.
Hey, we here next time. Same bad time, same bad channel. We covering the draft, right?
100%. An hour earlier than we did today, but thank you for rocking with us. Sorry, JML, you've been here from the beginning. You are still here. You tried to go earlier, but you couldn't, so we appreciate it. For everyone still rocking with us, until the next time, we shall see you soon. Peace.
Oopsie.